All right. Shalom, shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of this wicked and sinful queendom, spiritually known as Sodom and Egypt, spiritually known as Rome 2.0, spiritually known as Nineveh. All right, but without further ado, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to our Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, and the double honors to our beloved apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the 100% truth according to doctrine, and peace, love, and salutations to the elect.
You got anything you want to go into, bro?
You got that Joel 2:1.
It's the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it's nigh at hand.
It says, blow ye the trumpet in Zion, so blow ye the trumpet. All right, and the trumpet was used to alarm for war. All right, it's also used to call for an assembly. Okay, to command to march, and as well as the trumpet is used for feast days. All right, it says blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and Zion is a people before a place. All right, and that word Zion goes into the Hebrew word to Zion meaning monument.
Joel 2 and verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain.
It says that sound an alarm in my holy mountain. All right. Yep, sound an alarm in my holy mountain, because war is on the horizon. All right, you got the small hats bombing the Persians. All right, you got the Russian militia. Okay, they sending strikes to Ukraine. All right. So yeah, it says what? It says sound an alarm in my holy mountain, and that holy mountain is speaking of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites.
Finishing Joel 2 and 1. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
All right, so let all the nations be in great fear. Nah, you got it, bro.
It says, for the day of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
All right, the day of Yahweh, for the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai coming. Okay, it says it is nigh at hand. All right, and that day, that's a day of great sorrow. All right, that's the day that that's full of darkness and gloominess, man. And why is that? Because that day consists of nuclear destruction. All right, because 200 million nuclear warheads is going to hit this place, and the chariots and the concentrated fire is going to come out of those chariots, man, which are those laser beams. All right, which is going to burn this place desolate.
I got something to let you real quick. This is Amos 3 and 6. It shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai have not done it?
It says what? Shall there be evil in the city, man? And that word evil, Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. Okay, because all the bad times, they are all ordained by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, the calamities. All right, all those things of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, he deals with both sides of the spectrum. According to Isaiah 45 and 7.
Yeah,
all right,
I got that. This is Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
All right. So it says, I make peace. So times of prosperity. All right. When when everything is going good. When you living in times of when you just in that pleasurable spirit. All right. All those things come from Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, as well as the evil times. The times of calamities, all right, the times of death and destruction. All right, all these things are of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
That was it. You want me to read it one more time? Isaiah 45. Or you want that brief? I'll read it one more time. This is Isaiah 45 and 7. It says one more time, just from the top, for edification's sake. It says, "I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things." You know, just bring it out again. Don't have to read it again. You got something, Malachi?
Yeah, I got a quick one. And I'll go back to that one. It's Sirach 11, or Ecclesiasticus 11 and 14. Prosperity and adversity, life and death, poverty and riches come of the Lord. So there you go. And the prosperity is a gift from the Lord. Judgment going into adversity comes from the Lord as well. Because again, it goes into his omnipotency. Things that happen on earth is all in his control. He said, "Heaven is my throne, earth is my footstool." So when things happen on the earth, again, the Lord ultimately ordained this. And that's why the Lord sent out his prophets to warn you, because that's the mouthpiece of Yahweh Shai. It's Joel 2, down to verse 2. Joel 2 and 2. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, that have not been ever the light, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations.
That day of darkness and gloominess, man. Because when those chariots come, it's gonna black out the sky, man. All right. And then ultimately, it's going into that nuclear destruction, man. All right. With that nuclear destruction, it's significant to that mushroom cloud, man.
Joel 2 and verse 2, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, they have not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. I said, as the morning spread upon the mountains, think about this analogy, how quick light travels when the sun rises. When you think about the sunset, how fast the sun arises and sets light upon the land. That's how fast these missiles going to move, man. I forgot how many miles per hour it moves, but you can't measure it. But it's pretty much the speed of light. We're going to these missiles. It's similar to how fast they're going to approach and destroy this world.
But it said, if I can chime in with you, brother, it said, it's going to be destroyed in 1 hour.
That was a summer project.
It's Joel 2 in verse 3. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as a garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. Missiles. It goes again, this insight of the prophecies that are coming to pass. What device, what technology is that now? It's missile technology, man. With the warhead and propulsion system, and the destruction that brings once it gets off its payload, man. It's once again the analogy is the Garden of Eden, which is paradise, which so-called America, we could have called it a paradise at one point in time. So before it was a paradise, so-called America lived the American dream and all that. Even before this devil came to put his foot, America was a wilderness of beautiful things, man. Going to King Solomon, how he sent the Hamites, exactly who was it that sent over here? King Solomon had servants to come over here and get the peacocks and the gold and things of this land being so-called America, because it was precious. At one point in time, you could go on the rivers and get some water, man. It was gold flakes in there, man. But that was not the case no more. But again, the point that this place will be, as it was called paradise, now it's going to be a nothing place, man. A wilderness, and it's a place where you can't live, man. It says nothing shall escape them, which again goes into the destruction of missiles going to bring, man.
100%. This is This is Zephaniah 1 and 14. It says, "The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of Yahweh the mighty men shall cry there bitterly. You know, so the great day of Yahweh Mount Shai is fastly approaching. And this is what we're seeing, you know, as everyone is lining up to vote, you know, in 2024, leading into 2025. They think things are going to get better. But the day of the Lord, which is the day of darkness, like we just read, a day of uncertainty, a day of distress and anxiety, you know, leading up to the complete and total annihilation of this kingdom. And this thing is fastly approaching. The Most High is not slack concerning his promise, which he promised to the children of Israel. You know, in these last days, the chosen believers of the nation of Israel, we see line go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are wholeheartedly believing on this gospel, the good news that Yahweh Shai is going to make his second return, right? And that's what we, as the believers of Yahweh Shai, are patiently waiting for. And as we wait, we're going to continue to come out here and chant down Babylon, chant down this great horde, right? That's pushing all type of evil and wickedness in the planet Earth today, and that's why you're worthy of this judgment.
Let me get on 2 Timothy 3:1.
Okay.
It's the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come."
All right, it says, "This know in the last days perilous times shall come." With that word perilous go into savage life. All right, it goes into hazardous, risky. All right, and perilous means that it's going to be a time of sudden danger. All right, which right now, you know, you see these things coming down the pipeline. All right, you see it's a whole lot of division. All right, amongst the earth. Okay, you got these people, they fighting at the voting polls. All right, you know, they burning down the ballots. All right, it was an old decrepit Edomite. You know, they said he was like 60 years old. He shot up a Democratic committee office. All right, you know, out there in Spain. All right, it was like 160 people got deleted from tornadoes and floods.
Yeah, because democracy destroys nations. You know, everybody don't need a vote. Everybody don't need to say what they think is best for the nation. A lot of people are morons. You know, it's supposed to be wise men, like chosen men. You know, men of good report, set up as leaders to rule the nation, right? And they would dictate what was done via the scriptures, right? But this whole paradox now is either you vote for a woman, either you're against women, you know, if you're not voting for a woman, or you're against men, you know, or you're against black and white, you know. It's all you know, this whole division. We'll check out that precept. This is Saint Mark 3:23, and he called unto them and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided, right? You got the Democrat and Republican system. The house is divided. You know, it's always been divided. You know, it says, and if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against Satan and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. You know, so that's what it is. We're at the time of Esau Edom's end, right? Yahweh Shai said, I beheld Satan, as it were, lightning fall into the ground. You know, look how quickly things have turned in just the last decade of how poor and low of a base Babylon the Great has become. People come out here like zombies. No one's really having fun. Everyone you see a picture back in 2002 with kids that were at the playgrounds, you know, and then you see a picture with 2002 kids at the playground, but they all got phones in their hands and none of them are interacting with each other. You don't really know your neighbor. You don't know anybody. You know, and they put these muppets in the in your face saying this is for your good. This is for your benefit. You know, like who the fuck voted for these people to be the representatives? You know, is there no one wise to actually be able to stand up to be a voice for the people of America? Clearly not. You know, everyone's bought and paid for. You know, idiocracy is at an all-time high. You guys got it.
Yep. And if I could land back on what you were just going to about the voting situation, see, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans shouldn't be voting anyway, you know, because that word vote, you know, if we go into the etymology of the word vote, it goes into making a vow or a promise to another God.
You know? Yeah. Participate in that witchcraft. He's going to be inaugurated. You know, that's again, it's witchcraft. And as far as in the Bible, I'm supposed to be doing that. You know, it's good to say we're not supposed to be turning to the left or the right. You say, the lesser of the two evils. I'm gonna vote for this one because it's the lesser of the two. You're not supposed to be thinking no evil, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I got a definition of vote. I want to bring it out. But I just got it in the regular dictionary. This is from the Oxford Language Dictionary. It says a formal indication of a choice between two or more candidates. It says, or a course of action expressed typically through a ballot or a show of hands or by your voice. You know, so you're voting, you're agreeing. You know, are you in a lot? Are you an ally with Kamala? Are you an ally with Trump? You know, are you an ally to America? You know, and how you see America should go forward. No, we're not allied to this system. We're not. We don't care about the voting system of Babylon the Great. You know, which according to the Bible is America that's going to be destroyed. You know. Look at the condition of the modern person. This place needs a missile. You know, scriptures say death is better than continual sickness or a better life. And, people are living a bitter and a sickly life here. They're not doing that which is good for them.
This is Isaiah 58. Isaiah 58, verse 1. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, in the house of Jacob their sins.
It says cry aloud, so speak boldly, you know. It says what? Spare not. So we ain't showing no remorse, all right, for your feelings, all right. We give you the raw and uncut, you know, the 100% unadulterated truth. You know what I'm saying? No matter who it is.
Right? And we're not gonna spare our words. You know, we're not sparing our words here. We're here to tell you the 100% truth according to the Holy Scriptures. And the God of the Bible, Yahweh Shema Shah, is not for America. You know, the Lord has a problem with this place. Look, you know, the way it's being ran, the way the people are conducting themselves, the entertainment that's being pushed, the folly. You know it's a problem when you can actually vote. You can actually gamble on who's going to be in the office. You know it's a problem when you can where gambling is like a thing pushed to the forefront. You know, a hope that tomorrow, all your problems can go away by a parlay. You know, you're a goddamn idiot. You know, when it really comes down to it, a parlay is gonna fix your problems, my man. That's why the scriptures say riches are not commonly for a niggard. You know, because even if you got those riches, you will waste them away. We've had family members come into money, millions of dollars. Where is it? It's gone because Jake has wasted it away. What a man ought to be rich in is in the knowledge of Yahweh Shema Shai and his understanding. You guys got it.
Isaiah 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
Right, it says lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and a trumpet is one of the loudest instruments in the orchestra. All right, because it gives off high frequency. Okay, the vibration, it travels.
Isaiah 58:1, cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins.
All right, and why is that? Show my people their transgression. Show them where they're falling short. So they can have that the opportunity, to repent. All right, because that's what we out here doing. We out here telling you, how it's now by of judgments. All right, of the truth that comes according to the scripture.
Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 5, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall they know that there have been a prophet among them.
All right, it says whether they will hear, okay, so whether they will hearken, whether they will be obedient, or it says or whether they will forbear, whether they will neglect this word, all right, whether they will shun it, okay. It says what? Can you read it one more time?
Ezekiel 2, verse 5. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house.
Right. It says, for they are a rebellious house. And that word rebel goes into to wage war. All right. So it says, they're against the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right. Because our people are complacent, man. They good, they good with the ways with the fashions of this world, They stuck in their ungodly lust, right? And the scriptures tell you that rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, and the scriptures say what? Suffer not a witch to live. So these people they love, our people, they love death, man, and the congregation of the dead.
Was there anyone? This is James 1 and 19. It says, wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath. And that's what Jake needs to get accustomed to. Learning how to be slow to speak. Because and really it's swift to hear and slow to speak. Because when someone is explaining, when brothers are going into the scriptures explaining, how the course of America, according to biblical prophecy, isn't going to get any better, Jake is quick to interrupt and not really understand what was being said, or if they only be quiet and listen and take the time out of the day and be swift to hear the instructions and follow those instructions, it'll be to their benefit. Here in America, folly is setting great dignity here. You got Jake saying, hey, it was 2004, I'll be at a Diddy party. You would have been there. If it was 2004, nigga, they were doing the same shit in 2024 and 2004 at the Diddy parties. Ain't nothing changed. Just finally light is coming to the surface. Yahweh Shai is shining a light on the works of men. And it's being found that this world is full of evil and wickedness.
This is Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 5. It says, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
All right, it says, yet shall know that a prophet have been among them, And the duty of a prophet is to tell you of the things that are coming to pass, all right, according to the scriptures, okay? Because you have men that are amongst the circumcision, okay, and they, when you go into the like for instance, if you go into the MOTB, they'll tell you that what, it's an embargo, it's a white woman, it's sin, and you have. Oh yeah, yes.
Now you go.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Christianity.
Yeah, then you have, the sincere men of the Lord, the true leaders of the nation of Israel. I do believe through the Spirit, the apostles of GMS, and what are we teaching amongst our congregation? We teaching that the MOTB is that implantable device, that you're gonna have to take in order to buy yourself, either in your right hand or your forehead. All right, that seal, okay, that the carotma, the G5480.
Yeah, I got to press it back in what you said. This is Isaiah 42 and 9. It says, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them." Because ultimately, it doesn't really matter who gets into office. They're going to forward the will of Yahweh by Shema Rashai. And before it was even an option for you to vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris, we've been warning you about the MOT to the beat. We've been warning you about what the God of the Bible is going to bring. The total destruction of America. America is going to be destroyed. In World War III, that's what the scriptures talk about. There's going to be a great civil unrest. There's going to be a shortage of food, a shortage of famine. There's no president that you can elect or that's going to be able to fix these problems. Because it is the will of Yahweh by Shema Rashai for these things to be done. And that's what we are out here to tell you.
Hey, real fast, there's going to be a shortage of men.
Mm-hmm.
Virgins shall mourn having no bridegrooms.
That's that widowhood.
Mm-hmm. That's been a while since I brought that one. That was the last one you bring out? Okay, cool. I was gonna bring out Isaiah 30, but you.
This guy has Isaiah 30.
Yeah, that's good then. You want me to read for you? I got you.
Yeah.
Good. Gotta be short, bro. Or see what the Bible should do. This is Isaiah 30 and 1.
Yeah.
It says, "Woe to rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that covering with the covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin."
And that's why Yahweh said you can't serve two masters. Here it is, you're in so-called America, which this isn't our homeland. So-called natives will try to debate otherwise, but this place ultimately sent you for your captivity. It says in Jeremiah, Judah and Israel oppressed together. So again, going to the point that your oppressor still rules over you, how do you expect him to set you free? He has no interest in setting you free. He makes so much money off of it. The entertainment now is the form of rapping. Every nigga want to be a rapper. Why? Because that's how this system is set up. As long as you're tap dancing, entertaining, the so-called white man and the rest of the world, you're not no threat. The same way if you line up to vote, you're voting for a system that can't deliver you. And that's what the Lord says, woe to you, because again, that's ultimate madness. Doing the same thing over and over again. Your grandma was out there, marching, hooting and hollering. What does that got? Nothing, man. It's the same thing in this time. It's BLM, whatever the hell, all these movements now. MLK and all that. What does that got you, man? Trying to fight for equal rights when the whole time the Lord's trying to set you over the nation, and that's why it's not going to work. But probably read one more time. You'll see something else.
I'll read one more time for sure. Isaiah 30 and 1. "Woe to rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin."
Yep. So they'll take counsel, but it's not going to be from you. Again, remember when Yahweh Shai was on the scene, what was Jake trying to do? Trying to find every little thing to get at him, nitpicking. But when the so-called white man or, the enemy comes, they lay down for him, man. They lay down for Trump. They lay down for Kamala. They lay down for all these so-called politicians because why? Because Yahweh Shai said it. They don't respect the prophets, man. And again, they don't understand this is the counsel of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah 2 in verse 11. "Have a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? But my people have changed their glory for that which does not profit. Yeah. So, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you have changed your glory, which is the Heavenly Father Yahweh, in knowing of His ways, the knowledge of His holiness, this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, which is supposed to be the instruction on how you're supposed to live your lives, and through that you will receive glory. But you have exchanged that way of life for a decrepit life here in America that does not profit you, that destroys your mentality, that raise your children to have trauma, right? That destroys your digestive system, your immune system, your nervous system. All these things have been rattled and shaken by the ways of America and how children, and you have been brought up here and raised to believe, to where Jake is so disciplined to go to work every morning. Jake from a child is woken up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m. and went to school. And it's the same thing. They have been programmed to obey this system. And now the Lord is calling you out of this place, to wake you up. We grew up in America. We grew up eating American food and living like Americans. But the Lord has created us to be made us into these new creatures that you see before you today. And the same can happen to you if you repent and hearken to Yahweh Shema Shai.
Because that's what it is. Our people of no faith. We're supposed to be a faithful city, But here it is again. Jacob go everywhere and do everything to get away from having faith in the Lord. It said the nations changed the God which no God's name. They've been worshiping Buddha, in that mountain for how long? For thousands of years, man. Shaving their head.
Secret love.
Jacob on that damn mic every week.
That's the spirit.
Every week.
Secret lover.
Yes,
Jacob was a secret lover for these idols.
That's it.
It's like it.
That's not funny.
It is. Go ahead. No, that's the point though. Jake, every which week is worshiping some new God, new fad. That's why they're always trying to be trendy. Oh, you heard the new this, the new that. That's Jake, man. Again, our people, we're supposed to be the faithful people unto the Lord. Look at the nations, man. They're more faithful unto gods than no gods. Our God is a real God, man. And that's the slap in the face. That's what the Lord's gonna come and judge our people.
Yeah. Hey, real fast. That's what I'm gonna say. Laying back off you, brother. I saw a video. You see the little short clips. I saw some Shaolin monks playing basketball, and their Shaolin, they had the bald heads. But you could tell they were Jakes. They was like the handles. It was but they upon another god, upon another spell.
Verse 12: Be astonished, O ye heavens, at this, and be horribly afraid. Be ye very desolate, saith Yahweh, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of the living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
And that's going to say our Lord's a jealous power. So Lord, his jealousy, because that goes into that zeal, is because why? Because our people have been unfaithful, man. They dumped the Lord, and then they want to put in their vessel things that are not going to be profitable unto them. Things that hold no weight, as the saying goes. Holding on to these wicked philosophies and way of life, ends up having them dead, man. Jake been saying, let's get along with the nations, let's get along with the sober white man, let's forgive and forget, turn the other cheek. That's the wrong interpretation of the scriptures. And it never worked, man. Why? Because it doesn't hold no water, man. Because you're not supposed to be equal with them, you're supposed to be over them. So again, they committed two evils. So Yahushua is not on the scene physically in this time. They're crucifying him afresh every single day when they continue on in their wickedness, knowing that again the mercy of Yahweh Shai has his hand stretched out to them. They're putting the Lord up to death, man, saying, "Nah, we don't need Yahushua. We don't need him. We don't need to follow after the Lord. His name is certain. I'm gonna get this money. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna worship this God because ever since I've been worshiping this God, I've been having good luck.
I've been having fun, been appeasing my flesh. I've been feeling good. When you're behind the vehicle, you can't just I'm gonna turn when I feel like it. No, nigga, the light is green, you gotta go. And now the green light for our people to repent is now. It says, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? You know, Jacob has been spoiled in their minds. Scripture say, "Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Therefore thou hast taught the wicked ones, you know, thy ways." You know, Jacob has really trimmed their ways, you know, to seek love here in this community, to where the leaders of this people, right, have caused our people to err, right? But the leaders have taken bribes, have sat down on podcasts and endorsed certain people to vote for, right? Totally going astray. No one's endorsing the prophets of Yahweh by Shema Mashai, you know, and that's why we're right here to exalt the voice of the Lord, because this is not our word. This is Yahweh's message. You know, it's Yahweh by Shema Mashai's message, and we're here to give it to you. You guys got it.
It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. It says, "Son of man, I have made thee a watchman into the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me."
So backing up the point, we're giving you warning from the Lord. You know, the Lord voted us in. You know, it talks about, you know, the Holy Spirit, you know, laying the hands of the presbytery, you know, going to the elders, the church of the elders, pretty much giving you that breath. You know, anointing is a spiritual act, even though it's physical. You know, the oil poured down on top of your head is symbolizing the Holy Spirit coming down on you. You know, so the Lord has anointed us to go out and teach. For what? You know, again, going down to it, man, our people don't want to hear. You know, they don't want to hear the message of the prophets, because why? They want to hear smooth things. They want to be lied to, because it goes into their spirit being corrupted, man. Why else with the people? You know, that's why I know it's the Lord's program. They try to get into be logical about what's happening. It's also because the Lord blinded them. You know, but how is it that, again, the great things that we promised, that's promised onto us, that we're telling you, why does it not sound like a good thing to you? You know, why does that sound like we're giving you an underhanded deal? We talk about you having slaves, about you having real freedom. You know, being able to go and under your Bash Shai and do what you please, man.
Yeah, you know? It's against their programming. You know, that your programming really, like when you watch Esau Edom's movies, now that we've woken up to the truth, everything is about hating the return of a deity. You know, the return of Yahweh Shai. This whole world has been, if you watch the video games and Mortal Kombat games, all these things are about hating a deity that's going to return with a mighty hand, you know, to bring judgment. And that's what that's what Esau Edom has programmed you to believe, that he's the hero, that he's right. This left and right paradigm that he has created in his movies has really programmed you, and it's not written in your members to wake up from that, you know, because in the underlining of the program that Esau Edom has put, the Most High has programmed in something deep within his elect, that faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Lord, that when they would hear this, they would wake up. They would be activated. Right? I got a precept. You want to read that one more time?
Yeah, right.
Read a little bit more?
Yeah,
I'll hold mine. Lex, let me get my Bible. Yeah. This is Isaiah 29:9. Stay yourselves in wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. You know, so our people are drunk with the philosophies and the way of this world. You know, they're out here stumbling, and when you're drunk, you can't make wise decisions that will benefit you. No, I got it, and then you make a mess. All right, I got sober up, and someone's cursing you out. You know, you make yourself look like a fool. Verse 10, for Yahweh have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes. The prophets and the rulers, the seers have he covered. You know, so no one's able to really interpret the scriptures, save the men of the Lord that were sanctified from the beginning to come out here. You know, which I and my father somewhat. And Amos said, my father wasn't a prophet. You know, but I was a herdsman. You know, and the Lord commanded me to come out here, and that's why I'm out here speaking His word. right? To whom is the arm of the Lord revealed? Unto his servants, the prophets, right? Mysteries have been revealed unto the meek, the lowly, that'll be willing to take those instructions and not alter them, right? To do the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai. That was it.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, and verse 18.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, this is the book of Ezekiel 3 and verse 18. It says, When I said to the wicked, Thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, Lord speaketh to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
So when you warn a wicked man, that's talking about the wicked of our people. Because you can warn Esau, but obviously he can't repent. You can tell Esau's going off. You can say he's going to slavery. It don't stop nothing. It's talking about our people. You say to a wicked Israelite, wicked Jacob, that might not know better. You're supposed to tell him. If not, he's still going to die. You say, hey, you shouldn't be driving drunk, going on the highway, try to head home after 10 bottles, whatever the hell he's drinking. So if you don't warn him, he grab the keys and go, he's gonna die. But now, because he got judged, he's gonna be judged too, man. Let's read the next verse. That's why you have to come out and teach and prophesy, even if you don't listen. Where earlier, whether hear or forbear, eventually no prophet been among them. We have to tell you, even if you don't repent and hear in the first place.
Yeah, I got pretty stuff. That's in the law. This is Leviticus 19:17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart, but thou shalt anywise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Yep, because that's true love. Open rebuke is better than secret love. So you hide it in and not warning your brother means you secretly hate him. Because we're not supposed to do that. That goes into your love to your neighbor as yourself. Would you want to be judged? Would you want to know if he was going out? Somebody to warn you? Well, you supposed to do the same with your brother, man. So you're not supposed to suffer that sin on him. And even though it might feel uncomfortable, you got to speak up and say, hey, man, you shouldn't be doing that. And that'll, Lord's will, turn that brother back, man. We're supposed to be shepherds, to the flock. We're a nation of sheep. So sometimes we go straight. So we got to keep each other in check. So that's why, again, we're out here warning, because who else going to warn you, man? You think Donald J. Trump is going to come down here like this, and warn you of what's to come? They can't. No politician, nobody. Because we just read earlier that all your seeds have been blinded. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. If blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. That's exactly what's happening in this world.
I think I got one more. This is Proverbs 9. And I guess 9, yeah, this is not what I want, but it's a good one. Proverbs 9 and 9, it says, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Oh, yeah, verse 7. It says, he that reprove a scorner, verse 8. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. Because what we're telling our people, is going to be to their benefit. If someone is building, a house and, building the foundation, and here it is, you're telling them, be careful how you build this foundation. You got two scenarios. One person yells at you and tells you to get out my face, I know what I'm doing, but that nigga hates you. This nigga, he's a scorner. He thinks very little about your insight on things, and because we're not rich and draped out with the status of this world, people look at us very of insignificance. But a wise man is going to hear how that foundation is that you're building needs to be fixed up. It needs to be worked on. And he's gonna get even wiser, And at the end, when it's all said and done, when those houses are built, it's gonna be seen. In the storm comes, right? Those tribulations, the winds of change come. Because change is coming to Babylon the Great. We're gonna see who house stands. The house of David is gonna stand. That built that on the shore foundation upon Yahweh Shai. And this is what we're out here warning you about.
So that's why there's no reason for us to be getting up and voting, man. We got Yahweh Shai, man. That's why, Psalm 2nd chapter, why the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing. You want to set over all these people and kings over you when there's already been a king set up to rule over you, so-called niggas, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know, the rock that begat you, you're not mindful of, you know, that stone that was stumbling. Now, you know, you said that not. Now it's ultimately Yahweh Shai is that chief on the stone, man. You cannot build without Yahweh Shai. You know, so you're going to keep on building, it's going to keep on falling. You keep on building, keep on falling. You know, and this is that last time, man. The Lord gave y'all niggas time to rule and try to figure out how to get around this with the white man, join him, whatever else you want to try to do, you know? Get the money. That's all Jake want to do. Jake is going to make some damn money. There's nothing wrong with that, you know? But you have to honor who you honoring by doing it. You know? Because money is a defense, but it's the money you use and trying to live yourself, not going to work, you know? So again, the point is, we have our leader. We have you set up. We said the house of David, you know? The Lord said, I'm going to raise up the tabernacle of David. There's no holding on it. You know, there's no opinion how, you know, maybe we should go for the house of Saul. No, man, it's the house of David is going to rule. You know, and the house of David ruled David. It ruled over the nation. The house of David, you know, there was no history of these other nations because why? Because it was in power. It was quiet. You know, Esau wasn't in power. You know, all these nations they was under subjection. You know, and they were cool with it. You know, they came, especially when King Solomon came. Everybody want to come here to visit King Solomon. Is that happening in that land now? No, man, because they're imposters. But not to verify the point. You got something I heard you say.
Well, the scripture say, it says, we have no king but Caesar. You know, that's what Jake said. We have no king but Caesar. You know, they were. Should we kill you? How shall your king?
Right.
He said, no, we got no king but Caesar. Caesar.
And they chose that nigga Barabbas. Free Barabbas. Y'all chose a murderer over a man with no sin, you know? So, of course, you're going to vote for Kamala and Trump, whoever goes with us to last election. You know, hopefully there isn't no election. You know, shit just go haywire. But, you know, nonetheless, they're going to pick everybody except Yahweh Shai. You know? They'll pick a stone. They'll pick a teddy bear. They'll pick a Rottweiler.
See what they did in Egypt. I mean, in the wilderness. Here it is. They had like the things that Jake die over now. These niggas had it around their chain, around their neck. You know, on the bracelets, women in the earrings. Say, yeah, hold on. Let's take all this off. Let's strip ourselves of our goodly apparels. You know, golds and and let's make let's melt it down and make a calf. It's like. We all come. That's unity for Jake. Though. We all came together to create a God. And that's not it. Let's say something about
422.
Yeah. Video. Only we are. We not recording, brother. You got it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 7. It says, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding."
What is the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. So wisdom being a principal thing, something that's principal means foundational. You know, so something that's supposed to be first. You know, the fear of the Lord is first. So wisdom is the principal thing. So what should Jake be getting these last days is wisdom and understanding. You know, which again, who's for Jake? They took off their glory for that which is not, man. They put on the clothes with holes and the bag with holes, and you know, they chose to worship a God of wood and stone. You know, their own imagination. That's what they chose, man. They're worshiping holidays. Jake is ground zero when it comes to knowledge. You know, they might know a thing or two from copies of their enemy. You know, and Jake is wise to do evil, right? It says that evil surpasses these are wicked, but to do good, they have no knowledge. And what is that to the Lord, man? It's foolishness, man. You know, the Lord don't care about you got a doctorate in buffoonery. You know, what are you gonna do the last days with that doctrine? Nothing, man. It's the testimony of our Lord is the spirit of prophecy. What about prophecy? You know, what about the things that are down the pipe you have to deal with that you're not even preparing yourself for? You know, how about that? Because
it's some people that the doctors can't save. So
exactly, life and death come from the Lord. You get all them surgeries, you know, they get botched. They still got to build the enemy. That's stupid, man.
Scripture said that they are physicians of no value.
Go back to this.
the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, in verse 19, it says, "Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul."
So that's on you. You don't got shit to do with us. You know, as Yahushua said, if I had not come, they had not sinned. The Lord's covering all bases. So upon his father wiped his hands off of Yahushua, you know, he was innocent. He wiping hands with you, niggas, man. You know, because ultimately we can't do nothing for you. All we can do is give you the word. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But guess what? You're gonna die in your iniquity, man. But that's not gonna be on us. You know, you getting your ass chopped up. You know, you can't say it's so and so fault. You're gonna say, damn, he warned me about this. You know, so that's pretty much the point why we're out here still. So why y'all niggas still out here? Well, because we gotta warn the wicked. We gotta blow the trumpet. Somebody out there gonna take heed. There's still a great multitude of believers that gotta come in and be converted and healed. You know, so the miracles, you know, they don't have to seek stuff to believe. Blessed are those who have seen and not believe, man. You know, blessed are those who have not seen and believe. Forgive me, it's in the backwards. I don't know. You can get go back to Isaiah 30.
It is.
That system makes no sense.
Yeah.
This is the book of,
I'm still on that Isaiah 30. Yeah, he can read it.
yeah, this is the book of Isaiah 30 in verse 2. It says, this is the book of Isaiah 30 in verse 1. It says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with their covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." It says, "That walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked in my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt."
Yep. So going back to the point earlier, the Lord being jealous, the thing of it, your woman going behind you, you know, trying to get advice from another man, trying to get protection from another man, while you're supposed to be over her. You know, that's how the Lord feels. You're going down when you ain't asked me, you know, because that's what Jacob is being woeful. You know, going down trying to get deliverance from somebody else that's not ultimately your deliverer, man. Jake been doing this because this is going to the time of the Syrians going to the Babylonians. How Jake always loves to run into Egypt. And that's the same place where the Lord delivers you from your big bondage. Imagine that. You know, the Lord delivered you out of ancient Egypt, you know, from that hardcore bondage, and then you going back to Egypt, you know, for help. When the Pharaoh's under you with a very, very harsh, rigorous robe, you know, had you doing all type of shit. You know, when you try to seek the Lord, he said, y'all niggas got too much time. So he made y'all do more work, you know, but you're going to go back to him for help.
Yeah, same thing happened in these times. That's why, you know, inflation, you know, is killing the everyday consumer. You know, of course, if you're selling in this market, you know, but if you're a consumer, it's hurting you. And that's all Jake has the mindset of do is to consume. You know, and that's why with them raising the prices on everything, that's why Jake is all upset. And Esau Edom, he sees the profits up there. He sees how you spending your time and your energy. There's too many niggas tuning in to IUIC and ISUPK and, you know, the sincere, the remnant, is, you know, in the great millstone, you know, but even there's scoffers in, you know, amongst that, you know, but Jake, once again, this, you know, the same thing, that which is then is now, you know, get back to work. That's what Esau Edom is saying. You ain't working hard enough. Elon Musk said the reason why you don't get things done is because I work 120 hours in a week while you only work 60. You know? Yeah, bro. I work 120 hours.
Yeah, you can say
It's the book of Isaiah 30 and verse 3. It says, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion."
Yeah. Going into Pharaoh Pharaoh's strength, where did Pharaoh get his strength from? The Lord built Pharaoh up. You know, he built Pharaoh up so that what? So that when the Lord judged him, it was like, hey, if Pharaoh's the greatest ruler on the earth, and Heavenly Father came in and did what he did to Pharaoh, what does that make Heavenly Father? Obviously, the one who's running the show. You know, that's how the Lord does it. Just like you watch a good show, a good movie, that's what the Lord does, man. He's set up on the earth so that ultimately he gets the glory. So the strength of Pharaoh, which again comes from the Lord, is going to be your shame and your confusion, because the whole time the Lord wasn't dealing with Pharaoh. You know, modern day Pharaoh being Esau. All his military might, all his technology, all the stuff that he has, it was pretty much like a fly trap, man. You know, it got caught. Ud and Ad, it says that in Revelation 17th chapter, about all those wandered after the beast. You know, you got caught up in all that, and guess what? The Lord will come and take that whole system out, man. You know.
I got one in Revelation. Revelation 13:8. And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of life of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
Yep, so all those are not written in the book. Going to the rebellious of our people, the wicked of our people, they're not written in the book. I mean, the book of life. They're not going to be part of that first resurrection. They're not part of the elect. So they're going to worship after the beast, because the Lord ultimately gave them over to him. You know. So that's why again you don't see the majority of our people serving Yahweh Shai, in truth and sincerity, because if it was so, we'd be over here, we'd be gone overnight, man. The Lord will deliver us.
Yeah, that's right.
But again, going to those who are going to worship and wander after the beast, is going to be the wicked of our people. It says, the God of this world hath blinded them, the minds of them who believe not. So ultimately the Lord comes and returns, he's justified in judgment. It's going to be hard in the kingdom, there's a thing called reincarnation, but in this time, there's no separating the wicked of our people from this world. They love it too much. If they're a drug dealer, or they sit in a high-rise building in a suicide corporate style, they're not going to let it go, man.
And both of them niggas got dogs in their houses. Like unclean animals. You wonder how Jake on such a low vibration. Look how they living, bro. Got unclean creatures next to them, bro. If you got, dogs supposed to be outside. Dogs supposed to, that's all I'm gonna say about the situation. Bro's got dogs, that's on you. Dogs unclean. Everybody got a goddamn dog here in America, and they wonder why they're in a low vibration. The dog's impatient, they impatient. The dog got a CHIP, so they about to get one.
Yeah.
That's a great point, because that's another way they could use that to promote the CHIP.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want your child to be
lost.
Yeah.
Well, your dog's had this all this time.
Yeah.
This is new tech. Oh, that's a great point.
Yeah.
Because of all the missing children.
Mm-hmm.
Just give them a CHIP.
That Breakfast Club, Charlamagne that was talking about one time. It was like, well, what you do? He's like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll put it in my. I want to know where my child is. Blah 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 blah.
And hoard them too with children.
Yeah.
Great. And we gotta start watching Black Mirror again. I might need to hop on that subscription of Netflix again. That Black Mirror, that was heavy. The world on fire, the soldier. We come in them times. Everybody's got it.
It's the book of Isaiah 30 and verse 7. It says, for the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose.
So it's not going to get you nowhere. They help in vain, I mean, it's empty. It's not going to do nothing for you, man. So if they do so-called help you, it's also going to put you in a worse position. Here it is now, 2024. Jake got all this freedom, but as far as statistics goes, they're in the most debt of any generation, man. They don't own nothing. They don't have a house. They don't have a whip in their name. Everything they pay is off the street, man. Living paycheck to paycheck.
What do you do own everything? You can get canceled in this society.
Mm-hmm.
They can X your ass out. Look at this Yee character, Mr. Yee. And look at this guy, billionaire, and then now here it is. The white man say, I don't want to deal with these legal fees. Deal with these things. You gotta pay for it. You gotta pay for these, this advertisement. You gotta pay for all this. You gotta pay for that. We're not gonna hold up our end of the deal. And what you gonna do about it? We're $1 billion company, going, multiple billion-dollar figures. What can you do against the system? You're one man. You know, when it really comes down to it, and you're a slave in this system. You're not sovereign. You're not a king with resources. King have resources, and your money you don't got enough resources. The dollar bill is not enough. You know, you don't got people, land, you know, an army. You don't got none of that. You know, we have the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, and that commands the heavenly host, that moves the things down here upon the earth. You know, the Most High could block out the sun during the whole harvest system and make all your goddamn crops not even grow. The Most High can do whatever He wants, and that's who we serve. The God that's able to deliver us out of anything. I got Jeremiah. You want it?
Yeah, finish that precept.
We would have hit Babylon.
Yeah, get that now.
Okay.
It's the book Isaiah 30 and verse 7. It says, "For the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still."
They're being idle. You know, it's not going nowhere. So going to them helping in vain, they can't save themselves. You know, so-called America can't save itself. You know, so how is so-called America going to save you? You know, and I'll tie with that Jeremiah because pretty much the wounds that have been opened up on this place. This time there's no gossip. There's no making America great again. Because again, you know, the Spirit was doing that video. Me and the brother there at that plantation. That's what make America great means. It means you niggas gotta work for free again.
Yeah. I was thinking about that. I was like, why don't nobody ask this nigga what make America make? What's gonna make America great again? Like no one asked this nigga that. And I couldn't even tell you what Kamala's slogan is. Yep. Anybody know? Like hers is just a chuckle.
That's what I was thinking.
You know, hers is a chuckle. You know, like this is these other nations gotta be looking like what the hell is going on in the Western world? There's no way this is real. Like this is a comedy show. This is Jeremiah 51:6. Flee ye out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut up in her iniquity, for this is the time of the Lord's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense.
Yep, so this place is the ultimate curse. The same way you try to get away from somebody that stink, you know, they got some bad breath. That's how you're supposed to deal with so-called America, you know. This place is an unclean thing. You're supposed to try to separate yourself as much as you can. You
That's
know?
Babylon. A whore with a bunch of tattoos.
I'm trying to play the game still. You should be at the crib, man.
Everybody trying to play a game online. Cat. Everyone's the only. Everyone in every American woman is a porn star. You know, or only an OnlyFans model. Only for my fans. You know, only for my fans. You want in on my life? It's only for my fans. You gotta come and pay for it. Everyone. There's literally a slew of women. You know, so they might be single, they might have men. But I guarantee the men is with them is with it. You know? A bunch of confusion in America. And that's why America is gonna lose in World War III. No one's ready to fight in this third world. No one's preparing themselves for the war to come. You know? There should be a slew of men out here doing push-ups and like getting ready for the war, getting everybody hyped up, like, yeah, you know, we gotta go, we're gonna win.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. A coworker of mine was saying how back in World War II days, how it's true. You had guys trying to sign up that wasn't even eligible to go fight. You know, patriot. Yeah,
that's what Captain America is all about.
That spirit is gone in America, man.
It's my duty.
Yeah.
Shit gone, bro.
Yeah, and a lot of it was fueled by that propaganda machine. You know, that's what got people to come in. That's why the 911 attack had so many people going out to fight war on terrorism, weapons of mass destruction. But what's being propagated to you now is, you know, folly and all this transmission stuff, man. You know, taking away the manliness of the man, putting up the woman, man.
Yeah.
What does that do? That degrades the society, man. That's what's happening so far.
Yeah, I think it said like 80% of Americans are obese. You know?
And look, you can eat healthy, you can do all these things, but the diet hasn't changed.
Oh, no.
If you look at someone had put up with back in like the 50s and 60s, people smoking, drinking soda, eating red meat, and it was thin as hell. So that diet hasn't changed. Burgers and fries,
yeah, everything just got more worse.
hot dogs and ice cream, the diners.
You eating dust sawdust. You eating sawdust.
What's going on with the food,
You
man?
eating glue. That's so true. Because tobacco, like the tobacco is a leaf that is a natural thing. It's grown in the earth. You're not supposed to smoke it, but it's very it has a lot of benefits.
Chew it.
You know,
Chew it.
yeah, it has a lot of different benefits. But what's in those jars now and those cigarette? We had a brother who used to work at a cigarette plant.
Yep.
There's over 200 chemicals in that little cigarette.
Yep. It's to get you addicted. Because now people just they just eat to eat. Because again, you go into the especially a lot of processed foods, all them chemicals, it makes you addicted, man. All the sugars, that's why everybody's so fat. Because why? Because in a world that's about capitalism, they want you to come back. The line wouldn't be as long in Chick-fil-A, if they didn't have that secret ingredient in there. Some of these words you don't know how to pronounce, it's those chemicals, because that's what it is. It's a chemical reaction. It has you addicted, man.
Yeah, I used to work at Chick-fil-A back after I graduated high school. You had people that go for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not even joking. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Chick-fil-A. And they'll be like, they'll be speeding in. All right, this is my order. All right, see you later. I'm like, all right. And when you smell them marinating that chicken, it smells really bad. I'm like, the marinade in the Chick-fil-A chicken, it smells horrible. I'm like, this is what the marinade smells like? And somehow it come out like how everybody love it. No, I mean, no sense to me. But this is from Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
America has been golden cup in the Lord's hand. The Lord propped it up. The Lord propped up so-called America, because why? Because so-called America is Babylon the Great. So so-called America being put on the pedestal where they push and get all those wicked philosophies in that cup. Again, going back to Revelation 17 chapter, in her hand was what? Pretty much abominations, man, and filth, which that cup was passed around. Think about the table, that's pretty much what that golden cup was. It was lifted up. Now the nations have awoken, to the madness and the folly of democracy. They introduced democracy in their country. They let women have freedom, let them drive cars, uncover their heads. And what has happened, man? That sounds harsh, right? But that's why things are written in the scriptures, right? Because there has to be order.
Yeah, people come to America for the quote-unquote opportunity because their company, their country has been stripped of all resources and opportunity. Because I was doing Uber, a couple of years back. And I think it was like this. He was like, there was a dude from another country. I can't remember what country, but I came over here to do tech, and I was like, well, why didn't you just, why'd you choose to do it? He was like, there's no opportunity in my country. Basically, you either just gonna work with your hands, or work smarter. So everybody chooses the route of working smarter and coming to America and tries to get with these big tech jobs, coding and things like that, cybersecurity. Yeah, bro.
Because that's how this devil plays with the market. I forgot what devil said. He said, competition is sin. You don't want competition in the business. So what do? You do operations to take out your competitors, man. So the other nations, which, again, that did those deals with so-called America, then with the dollar and stuff, it was to better their nation. But now it is. Look at it. They're in piles and piles of debt, right? And if they don't cooperate, they get co-op operations, and then they get workers put in there. Regime get changed overnight. The devil does proxy wars, to play around. Because why? Because he, again, going to that whole market, the world market system, it was always dominated by the dollar.
Yeah, you see what happened in Turkey with that earthquake. I forgot what two countries they were trying to stop from getting inside the NATO, right? Yeah, well, Turkey was trying to stop, I think, Ukraine or from getting into NATO, and a week later, earthquake that killed 80,000 people happened. You know, because Esau Edom is the hammer of the earth. That's real. They got a real grip hold of these nations, and that's why they're trying to come together, you know, behind the scenes to overthrow this man in the new world. Because yes, these nations are buying into the new world, you see, but who's gonna sit in that seat? You know, they're coming up with a plan to overthrow this man. That's why Revelation 17 says they're going to burn her with fire. This is Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed.
This balm is supposed to heal wounds, you know, it's about ointment. So take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. You know, there's no healing so-called in America. And it's ultimately the setup is set up to fail anyways. You know, because it's talking about inflation and how the dollar is being used, it's weaponized. Because why? Because they want to usher in that digital system. You know, they're corrupting their own system so they can usher in a new one. Esau has a fantasy with Phoenix, which is pretty much a bird rising out of the ashes.
Yep.
He's gonna pretty much kill himself and evolve stronger. You know, it's not gonna work. That's his enterprise. The Lord's gonna disappoint. You know. So again, where do you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans lie in that system?
That's right. The system that you're trying to hold on to is being systematically broken down, like the brother's going into, because they want to build back a new system. You know, so they're purposely destroying the current one. This is we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
We would have healed Babylon. That's Jake all day. You know, Jake would love to say this, but you'll die. You're literally gonna die. You know, when the missiles hit, hoping for a better future in America. You know, Jake's the only thing holding this thing together.
Yeah.
Jake won't let it go, man. Who works all the fields? Who works all these, you know, laborers' jobs, man? All these houses getting popped up and built up, these apartment complexes. Who does that, man? Jake. You know, so we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed, man. Because why? The Lord's not going to heal her, man. That Roman system back today, that deadly wound, which was healed, you know, there's no coming back from this one. The Lord's about to cut the head off of the beast, man. You know?
Yeah, and I was watching the brothers out there in London. They made a reference of look at the end up beating up her man in public. All right, he a big little kid. He got a whip in his hand, but she whipping his ass. You know, Jake a kid. Wish a woman would. But you know, they were going into the movie about with Batman and Bane and how he was coming as if he was here to save the day. You know, justice, true justice. You know, and then this nigga the whole time had a bomb in the city to blow the place up. I was dying laughing. His whole mission the whole time was to blow up Gotham. But in the, you know, when you watch the movie, you think you're there as the savior. I could not stop laughing when the brothers made that point. But that's what they were going. That's the presidency today. These niggas here to blow up Babylon and destroy this current system. We're gonna save this place. Like, yo, you people are really being fooled right now. You don't know who your enemy is, and you don't know who your enemy is. You don't know how diabolical this man really is. This man will take it there. You know, he'll take it that far. This is Jeremiah 51:9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into our own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. And during the last election, you know, Biden and Trump, you had this thing called the election exodus, where people were leaving America. You know, people are really in the spirit of leaving Babylon the Great, and because really, yeah, your city might be doing okay, or you might realize how bad it is in your city, because cities around America are dying. You know, that's why people are leaving California. You know, those cities are dying. You know, in Oregon, all these cities, a city like Oregon, you know what they do to destroy a city like that? Because that's primarily Edomites living there. That's Edomite territory. You know, they'll create like a rehab facility, and they'll invite people. They'll invite homeless people, people who are addicted on the drugs, in Oregon to better themselves and things like that. And then what? They know that they're gonna flunk out of the system, and then what? Now they're on the streets. Now you have homelessness and a drug problem in your city. So Esau Edom, he's moving people around. You know, so when he comes in with his military, it's easy to lock down. That's what the highway is for. The U.S. map and the roads are used for the military. So if they need a quarrel problem, and that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, they show you that in those documentaries. I forgot the guy's names, where he'll interview these hookers. You know, what happened to you? Well, I was, like you said, on the program, flunked out. I'm out here working the streets. You know?
They don't know anybody.
Yeah, they say they don't know anybody. So, that's a great point.
That goes into an otherwise king will destroy his own people. Here it is again. You'll ask, why would Esau do that? You know, because it ultimately benefits him and his agenda. You know, he wants to keep the narrative under control. So anybody that tries to separate themselves from that, you know, they get the hammer, man. You know, think about nations that try to do their own thing. You mentioned Turkey. You know, going back to Libya and all these other nations with Gaddafi. What happens when they get annexed? They get kicked out. You know, they get painted as a bad guy. Because Esau, again, it's a lot of psychological things that goes on with how you operate. You know,
that's right. That was it, Jeremiah 51.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, and verse 10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction."
So that's why, again, we're out here to warn you, talking about our people, telling you to separate yourself from this place, because ultimately get you destroyed. Because at the end of this, you hold on to this wicked world. What's it going to be for you? And for you, man, it's going to be missiles, man. You know, all the fight you've been doing, trying to live the right way, paying taxes, doing the right thing, so to say, as far as society goes, which I'm not saying don't pay your taxes. The Lord said, right on Caesar was Caesar's. But again, pretty much being a good old citizen, doing your voting, you know, what's it going to get you, man? It's going to get you a missile, man.
Yeah. Because you pay your taxes because those taxes are supposed to be going to forwarding this kingdom. That money that they collect in your taxes is supposed to be making your life better. And clearly it is not. You know, clearly those who are in power are unfit to rule. Because if you think about the resources that they are getting out of a man's shade, they should easily be able to divvy up those resources to make the country better. Because you have a saying, you need money to make money. Well, these niggas getting money and losing it. Where's it going? Oh, it's going to the pockets of the small hats. It's leaving this country. Ukraine, you know, is going into the military. That's going to be used not to protect you, but to be used against you. You know, they're building an army, a robot army.
Yep.
You know, like iRobot. You know, they're starting to really normalize these things. That shows you that we are not coming into the future. The future is now. We are literally here. They are literally making it to where you can have a Tesla robot inside of your house. Is that not weird? Why wouldn't you just hire a nanny? Oh, this is more affordable. It's more convenient. It's crazy.
Yeah, that shows you that pretty much a step towards that MOTV system. Them robots gonna have you niggas in check, man. You know, they're gonna be checking you. Where your chip at? You know, you go to the Walgreens, you see that little robot walking around in the aisle and shit. You know, that's not for you, for your benefit. You know, that's another way to oppress you. You know.
Yeah.
There was even getting the movie I Robot. There was a video game called Detroit. You know, which pretty much the same rhetoric. Robots, it broke the algorithm. Which, you know, they started running this shit, man. You think that was on accident, man? That's programming them. These robots are programmed. You know, you can call it artificial intelligence, but they still receive a program. You know, that's why they have program bias. There's gonna be bias towards people that are not cooperating.
Yeah, they're programmed with algorithm. Like, you know, they're literally programmed. You have that movie Chappie. You know, I think the whole character base of the movie, the robot got beat up and he just went on a revenge streak. Like, like, yo, you getting me right now? You know, you see over there in New York, they have the robot dogs in New York in the substations, in the train stations, because the lease is so down. They now have the robots, and they put this big ass, like Gen 3 robot up in there. Knowing damn well they got better robots than that, roaming around the subway systems to take video surveillance of everything. And when I was in Memphis, they had one in the parking garages. You know, going around because crime is getting so high, and because lawlessness, iniquity shall abound. The love of many is waxing cold. That's why these solutions people are going to be crying for.
Isaiah, this is the book of Isaiah 30 and verse. I ain't going nowhere with that loud ass. This is the book of Isaiah 30 and verse 8. It says, "Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book, that it may be for the time to come, forever and ever."
Going to the rebellions of our people and get the next verse, but the rebellions of our people stood the test of time, man. You know, it don't matter what generation our people were in, they always gonna rebel against the Lord, man. You know,
and it's never gone good for them. Like you would think, like, okay, let me learn from someone else's mistakes, which was our mistakes, right? In the reincarnation, like brother saying, it's like, yo, this has just been a constant thing amongst our people, and you know, just as when the Heavenly Father told Moses in the wilderness, look, I'm going to start over with you. You know, that's what he's doing. He's starting over, which Moses is King David, with the house of David. You know? The Lord is about to hit the reset button amongst his people. The Lord is fed up with you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans and how you're living your life down here upon the earth. How you keep running to the enemy. You know, and after the Lord going to give you chance after chance after chance. You know? The Lord done forgave you after stepping out how many times? Now I was like, nah, I'm about to done this woman. You know? Literally. Your brother got it.
This is the book of Isaiah 30 and verse 9. It says that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
you won't hear the words of Yahweh Shai. You know, lying children that will not hear. They're not gonna listen. No matter how many times you tell them, man. You know, they withstood Moses, they withstood Yahweh Shai. They're gonna withstand us, man. They're not gonna hear the words because this is what they do. You know. Go ahead.
It says, Isaiah 30 and 10, it says, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not until right things, speaking to us smooth things, prophesy deceits.
They'd rather be lied to. They want to hear everything's going to be all right. That's why you're going to Jeremiah. All the prophets that raised up, that weren't being dealt with by the Lord, they were telling you of peace. 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 Ain't going to be no sword in this city. The Lord going to take care of you. It's going to be all right, which, they twist the words, man. The agenda is the point, man. Nebuchadnezzar's going to come and set the temple, man. Because of why? Because of the basis of our people. The Lord chose Nebuchadnezzar to come and take down, the temple, because they thought that's why Yahweh Shai came and spoke against the temple. Which I'm not saying, again, it's transition is going to something spiritual. You can't go into the temple now and put up a sacrifice that's going to be accepted by the Lord no more. You have to go through Yahweh Shai. Again, going to what our people want to hear. They want to hear about on Sunday, what team, Sunday night football, who you got? Talking about parlays. They want to hear about 2025 going to be our year. The niggas going to the moon. Instead of now, man, hearing the truth from that, Lord going to come down with a great rap, man. At least you repent. MOTV's coming. They don't want to hear about the chip. They want to hear about not taking the juice. And now your uncle's gone because he didn't listen. He got up a blood clot. His nephew, 17 years old, dropped dead in the middle of the football field. They made him take the juicy juice before they played on the football team. And you made him take it. He didn't want to take it. Now he's dead. Right? But you didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, I had Jake tell me, he took the 3-point shot, and got them blood clots. It really has really affected his life. With the Nick, because really the reason why so many people took it, of course for some type of normalcy, but because they do understand that they have underlying ailments, and they are in great fear how much of a risk these ailments are, or have done to their bodies. Everyone is very, very sickly here in Babylon the Great. They might not tell you, but when they go to, a lot of people dread going to the doctors because they know that their doctor is going to give them bad news. They know that because they know that they're not taking care of themselves. They know my heart is faint. I have heavy breathing. I have a hard time sleeping. I have photonic fatigue.
Hey, like I told you, people haven't taken number 2s in weeks.
Yeah.
That's how bad people are jacked up out here, man. They haven't had a bowel movement.
Yeah.
You always say pray for a good bowel movement.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, you're getting them toxins out of you.
But if you tell Jake, you can take some turmeric, take some stuff that'd be better for you, they're gonna get mad at you.
Yep.
Because that's our people, man. They're just comfortable being through, And that's called complacency. That's why our people are gonna be destroyed, man.
Yep.
They trust this man's opinion. You go get your car worked on. These niggas asking you what you think. It's so bad nowadays. These niggas asking it's recommended work. Nigga, tell me what's wrong with the car. I'll fix it. I came to you to tell me what's wrong with the car. Y'all supposed to know. Oh well, we recommend this. And that's all these niggas do is recommend stuff. They don't got the solutions.
That's true. Hey, with what's it do, man? Fauci.
Yeah.
On TV, why don't y'all come out to this dude, man? Straight up lied to you on national TV. Your boy Sleepy talking about just take it, don't die. Where's the uproar for that?
Yep.
It's like nobody remembers this guy.
Yep.
This
nigga just disappeared, bro. Just like nobody's complaining about this dude. Everybody's still the enemy number 1 is Donald Trump. What about Kill Gates?
You said on the TED Talk. We're gonna kill you niggas through vaccinations. And you still buying his stock.
You still
trying to hear him at a seminar.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Still some more.
Isaiah 30.
It's Isaiah 30 and verse 11. It says, "Get you." It said, it's Isaiah 30 and verse 11. It says, "Get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path. cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us.
Yeah, Jake be stiff arming the Lord. You know, think about a dude breaking tackles. Think about what's that dude name? Big Chris Henry. That's Jake with the words of the Lord, man. They be trucking the words of the Lord, trying to pretty much again shunning the Lord, man, looking down, saying, "Get out." Imagine telling you, your creator, "Get out my way." You know? That's what our people do. And they get that from who? From Esau. You know, the enemy. Which is not supposed to be so, man. Again, it goes into them being drunk. How are you telling the Lord to get out of my way? Cause the Holy One to cease from me. You know, that's why Yahushua said, O Jerusalem, thou that killest the prophets, man. Because they erred in the way of Cain. They envy the good, and they want to kill him for it, man. You know, that's why they put Yahushua up. That's something to read the next verse.
The book of Isaiah 30 and verse 12, it says, "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel."
Yep. So this is the consequence. Because, again, you go into what's being spoken unto you, you have to do something about it. Whether you want to take accountability or not, there's going to be a consequence. We went to what last week about reap what you sow. There's a consequence, man. You keep on continuing this path, what's going to happen unto you? You're going to be judged, man. And that's what the Lord's saying. Go ahead.
It says, "Wherefore thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word, and trust in oppression."
Trust in oppression, right? You trust in oppression. What does it mean to be oppressed? Literally, it's in the word. You're pressed. All these handicaps and things that are set at naught against you. You still want to trust in that. You're gonna overcome it. You're gonna strong arm it. It's not gonna work, man. But you trust in oppression. That's why, again, going to the whole voting thing. You trust in oppression, right? Because you trust in oppression. Go ahead.
It says, "And perverseness,
And
stay thereon."
and stay on it. Meaning, again, going to being complacent. Go ahead.
It says, "Therefore this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall,
Yep.
swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant."
Yep, and that's what's going to happen, man. The iniquity of this place is going to fall upon you. We read earlier that the sins of this place have reached up onto heaven. Her iniquity. So if you don't separate yourself from this place, put the hand down instead of, what's say, though hands on the hand, the wicked should not be unpunished. All right? The Lord says he's not going to quit the wicked. He's not going to, ain't no my bad when missiles are coming. They already been shot, the corner's been set. You already got a chip in you. It's a done deal, man. So this iniquity shall be upon you as a breach ready to fall, man. Swelling at the high gate, meaning it's about to burst. That threshold. The Lord said, his 2nd chapter, he shall not hold his tongue no more concerning wickedness. So the Lord pretty much is fed up, man. He's long suffering, also because he wants the elect to be delivered, to hear his word and be converted. But once that time is reached, all hell gonna break loose, man. The famine of the word is gonna be again sudden. Too late for you to react. Think about rushing water. You ain't getting away from that. Ask some niggas over there in Spain if they can get away from that water. Hundreds of people died from water, man. Guess what? What's coming is fire, man. Be this coming with missiles.
Yeah. So why? You speaking?
Yeah, you want me to read or you want me to hold those?
You can read.
Oh.
I'm speaking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab my service.
Okay.
I guess that's not to
Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, sitting in the dust. Dust represents confusion. The virgin daughter, because this place has never been touched, man. All right, he's talking about America. All right, the daughter of Babylon. And these people got a rude awakening that's getting ready to happen to them, man.
It says, sit on the ground, there is no throne.
There's no throne. Because it tells you in Job, who I set bounds that this man cannot pass. All right? So it's an expiration date for good old US of A, man. Contrary to popular belief, and we're reading out the scriptures, man. So what if you don't believe? You don't have to believe. All right?
It says, O daughter of Chaldees, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
place is through. This place is finished. There's no scenario where America comes out okay. And it's a spirit. And I was just checking the feet, brother's feet, and see everything was straight. The brother had his live stream was if you believe in this, if you believe in voting, then you don't believe in the Bible.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. And before I came here on the way up here, somebody, my demon, like the Bible call him, has asked me why I don't vote. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like the apostle said, we don't divulge everything to our women and stuff like that. So she don't really understand the percentage. She's like, well, can't you just vote in the meantime, right? And some things that affect you, your kids, and stuff like that, you just vote in the meantime, even though you know this place is gonna be destroyed. And I was like, just thinking in my head, I was like, man, you know, these people really don't understand, man, what this thing is about and what we're heading into, man. Right? There's nothing that can save this place, man. It's already prescribed. Its judgment is already prescribed. America will be laid to waste, man. Right? I was looking at a video earlier this week about how all these superpower nations have nuclear capabilities, even if they're destroyed. Russia, if they have a system set up that if America sent missiles over there and just totally destroyed it, wiped out all leadership, well, I don't want to get buzzed, but something happened to them, but yeah, exactly, and everything, and something happens to them, there's sensors that sense the destruction, and then we're trying to reach communications with leadership in Russia, and if there's no communication, they automatically know the system automatically sends about it said 4,000 missiles, but then you gotta add the warheads and then all the new stuff. The UK has the same type of system as well. They got submarines that if something ever happens and communication is cut off from the leaders in the UK, those nuclear submarines will be shooting off to wherever the threat came from, right? So these places have these. And America has the same type of system, right? But these places, these nuclear arsenals are not being built. Like Big Bro always say, just to put in the museum, right? They're supposed to be a nuclear deterrent, right? It's supposed to be like, okay, well, I know if I shoot mine off, then we gonna get hit too. So they said that's supposed to stop it from happening. Nah, right? Nuclear destruction is biblical, right? And it's prophecy, and it's going to happen, right? Because it's the will of the Heavenly Father. And we can, whatever. You got somebody else?
Yeah, I got that second Ezra 15.
We got one.
I was gonna start. I have long.
You wanna say something?
I'll just back them up. It's called a dead man switch.
Oh yeah.
Russia's called a dead man switch.
Yeah.
And then the point about there's no defense for these missiles. That's why it's called mutually assured destruction. There's only missiles are offensive type of weapon. There's no defense for a missile, man. And that's how the Lord set it up. There's no winning in this scenario. You can vote all you want, but like you said, the missile's still gonna come.
Right, exactly.
So what you gonna stay on it? You can't, especially other nations, China, Iran, Russia, this conglomerate of nations that's coming against America. How's that gonna deliver you by voting for a president? It's not, man.
Yeah, you don't understand what the will of the Heavenly Father is.
Exactly. That's the point.
It's Amos chapter 9, verse 8 says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom."
Right.
And now,
the eyes of the Lord are what? These angels, right? The angels that are reporting everything back into the Heavenly Father, right? And he sees all the wickedness that's been done on the face of the earth, especially here in America. America is the epicenter of wickedness here on the planet Earth, man. Right? Just look at how it's being ran, man.
well, we can walk up and down the streets, we don't have,
Right.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no morals here. There's no morals compass. There's no right and wrong here. It's whatever you feel is either right or wrong, and you act on it, right? That do as I will spirit, that when in Rome, right?
Yeah. So back in Amos chapter 9, verse 8, it says, "Behold, the eyes of the Lord power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy from off the face of the earth, saving them."
Are you brothers voting?
It says,
I wanted to ask some Israelites that.
it says, "And I will destroy from off the face of the earth, saving them. I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, saith the Lord."
Right. So this place, America, is going to be wiped off of the face of the earth, right? We know in scripture, through the scriptures that what 200 million ICBM nuclear warheads are going to touch down here in America, to where this land will never be inhabited ever again, other than the desert creatures, man. Right? But what? It said, but not all of Jacob shall be destroyed, right? Because you might say, well, you saying missiles gonna come, they're gonna hit here, nobody's ever gonna live here again. Well, how are you gonna get out of here? What are you gonna do? Right?
Okay, cool.
And that's the point. You got,
No, that's what that dude said. The dude who was over there back some years ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, this is gonna happen. What are you guys gonna do?
Right. Right.
We hope you live. We gonna get beat up out of here.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. It's like you said, they don't understand the will of the Lord. It's of the Lord's will that what? That his elect be delivered, his elect be saved. Right? What is it in Jacob's trouble? It's the same thing. Huh? Right. I said Jacob's trouble. I'm gonna say Jeremiah 30. But yeah, we don't say that page, right? But he shall be saved out of it. They're talking about that remnant, the elect, those that return and use this time of grace that the Lord allowed us to have through his sacrifice, right? To get right, to repent, to put their best foot forward in serving the Lord, right? But the rest, the majority of the nation of Israel is going to be destroyed, right? They're going to dwell in torment. They're going to succumb to the things that's going to happen here, man.
I got this is Job 5:19. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. It says, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Yeah, I mean, it's going back to that 7th trump, man. If you're not in them chariots, man, your ass is
Right.
fried, yo. Grass. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yeah, because wasn't there a commercial? It was aired out in New York about what happens if there's a nuclear threat.
Yeah.
They said about going to. I forgot, it's some dumbass advice.
Yeah.
There's
go
no
in the
plan for you.
refrigerator.
Yeah, there's no plan for you. Like, there's nothing in for you when this shit happens, man.
Yeah.
Especially for you niggas, man. You're gonna be the last people to find out.
That's right.
Same way when a hurricane comes, your last niggas to find some place of refuge because you really got nowhere to go. You know, and again, because you have no plan for a disaster like that, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what happened in Hawaii? They was going into the sewers.
Yeah. People going in like lakes, the waters over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we know fire, heat evaporates water.
Yeah, they done.
You had these things called bunker buster missiles.
Yep.
Where it's just like the penetration is meant to break up the ground.
Yep. It's a delayed fuse, so it gets down into the where it needs to get to, then it explodes. Yep. That's what they used over there to kill that one leader over there in Iran. I forgot who Israel used those bunker busting missiles. You know, I don't remember. One of them
It
leaders.
was the person in command, right?
No, from the Houthis, that group, the terrorist group. Hezbollah leader.
Yeah.
It was a Hezbollah leader. They used bunker buster bombs to get to it. It was in a building under the fucking building. Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
Bunker busters, bro.
Y'all, you got the GNT on you? You do? Okay, yeah, okay. It's good. Whatever you was gonna read in secondary school team, if you want, if you have a person in school too.
I love my guys. What's the word for it? Yes, what they going.
No,
What's the word for
it is.
Y'all voting?
Roll?
Yeah, Spirit was like, ask some Israelites they vote. Earlier while I was at the house, I was like, I wonder if Israelites vote.
Right.
You know, like, we know Christians voting. I want to know if these Israelite groups vote.
Yeah, it's a social experiment.
Yeah. Yeah. When you read this in 2 Ezra 15 at the top, the heading for the chapter, additional prophecies, the coming disaster. And I was gonna jump to I guess we can start at verse 5. The Lord says, I am going to bring terrible disaster on the whole world.
Hey, look, that's what's to come. So when we got our family members or people of the world, right? They ask us, are we bold or is there anything that we can do to help or no? We are totally disassociated from this world and this society because we know exactly what's going to come, man. The Lord is about to bring destruction. In the regular version, we already know what it says: the sword, famine, right? Death and destruction. That's all that's coming. Evils and only evils shall come, man. Right? So we're not expecting anything else other than what the Lord already prescribed to happen, man. Right? Yes, we're looking for new heavens and a new earth, right? Which are being righteousness. But we know that we can't get that without this happening first, man. Right? So that's all we're expecting. We're hoping for this place to be taken down, man.
What the hell wrong with you, bro? Take it home.
It's too
It's
low
about
on
to
the
fall at the
ground.
bottom, yeah.
It's too low on the ground.
Fred Flintstone,
His feet was moving.
Okay. It says war and famine, death and destruction, because wickedness has spread everywhere and evil has reached its limit.
Boy, that's deep. Wickedness has spread everywhere. So you may ask, well, why is this all gonna happen? Why would the God of the Bible do this? Why are y'all saying this? Why are y'all saying these things? Because wickedness has reached everywhere. Esau eating the so-called white man, right? Yep.
It's the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 4. It says, where Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will turn and build in desolate places, thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Right. And we're also going into like the time of the Renaissance and stuff too, when they were coming back into power. But what? You can apply it to this time as well, because they still building, they still trying to set up things here in this society, man. But what? The Lord is going to tear it down, man. Right? The Lord, this place has, like in the last scripture we just read, everything, the works that have been done in the earth under Esau, even so-called white man, have reached its limit, man. Where's you read that? Job, and bound, and he shall not pass.
Job 13 and 5.
It's in Job.
But look, this devil can't go any more far. Hey, there goes some more. The motherfuckers is walking around butt ass naked. You know what I mean? She only did that no shirt on. Somebody just take it off.
Because that's going to judgment. It's a system of checks and balances. Like, you know, that's why the cycles, the rain water cycles, it's because checks and balances. That's why the Lord got to come and judge this place, because checks and balances, man. Wickedness has gotten too spread out, man. Earth will cease to exist. Yahweh Shai said it. Well, for the elect's sake, no flesh should be saved, man. You know, literally, this is not normal. You know, but you're in this bubble of this existence for so long, you think this is a normal thing. People walking around naked. Like that's not a real thing, man. That never used to happen.
Yeah.
You know?
In the newest movie, The Matrix, you know, in the movie, Neo and Trinity have woken up, and you had the architect came to them and it's like, yo, do you think they're gonna reject the world that I created for them?
Right.
You know, what's gonna be your mission? What are you gonna go do? Waking people up one soul at a time, one pod at a time. He said, you think they're really gonna reject the world that I created for them?
Wow.
You know? And who do you think Esau Edom is talking to in these movies?
Right.
The Esau knows who the opposition is against his NWO. He's talking to the prophets of Yahweh Shema Shai, the men of great millstone, the leadership of the nation of Israel. Because we as a nation have always had leaders. The Lord set up Moses and he passed the mantle down to Joshua. You know? So here it is, the same thing in these days. Who do you think is the leaders of the nation of Israel today? You know, the leaders are the men of great millstone, the elder apostle Tahar, the elder apostle Gabar, right? The elders and apostles and the elder bishop on down, everyone on down. That's the leadership of our nation. And you Jakes and these other camps and you so-called Christian Bible believers, y'all supposed to get in order. You know? Or get stumped out of the way.
Finishing out Malachi 1 and 4, it says, here's the point, it says, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
The border of wickedness, that's what they call it, the border of wickedness. The border is also the beginning and end of something, right? The beginning, wickedness starts and ends with who? Esau Edom, the so-called white man. He is the wicked that the Bible speaks of, right? And
Hey, the scriptures say he'll give him the fatness of the earth.
Yep.
So this man has dominion everywhere.
Yep. Job 9:24, right? The world was given into the hand of the wicked. He has pushed his his wickedness here is pushing out in the vibration, right? Vibration, it spreads out, right? So what? Big ass freaking camera in the Tesla.
Can't partner.
And I was gonna say these Teslas, these are the same model cars they were driving in iRobot.
Yeah.
This is what they were driving.
Yeah.
The future is now.
They have announced it where you can go home, go to sleep, and then
Sorry guys, y'all don't care, right?
nah.
Thank you so much.
We don't care about you.
Like these cars, I was talking to a guy. He was saying that his brother has one, and he can go home and go to sleep, and the Tesla will go out and do Ubers. While he sleep, his car can go out and make money, right? So that's like you said, we're here, right? This not future. The future, no, we're here in these times. And he was like, you can wake up to money. I was like, well, you can wake up with a murder charge. You know what I'm saying? One of them things, fucking.
Oh, they showed you in that movie Chappie. In the movie Chappie, the dude who he called an Uber and the nigga in a Tesla pulled up with nobody driving it.
Right.
You know? That's what they want to align in these things.
Mm-hmm.
And have you noticed that more people have Teslas now? This is like the going car right now.
You got to change.
You know? Why? Because gas is going down. Because you don't have that gas bill, but what do you have? The energy bill. You let niggas with Teslas move into your neighborhood, you know it's your goddamn energy bill going up.
Yeah.
Draining all the energy for the neighborhood.
Yeah. That's what somebody else that's what the guy was talking about. He was saying that in their neighborhood, that the guy was complaining because his electric bill was through the roof, right? And another guy that was speaking on, he was like, yeah, but how much is he paying in gas though? And I was like, what does that have to do with anything? He's probably paying the same thing and even more in that full electric bill to charge his fucking car up.
Just one more thing about the energy bills, because how they bill you isn't on an individual basis per se. It's on a rate.
Yep.
You know, they take into consideration how much this area is consuming energy, so it's going to make everyone's energy go up.
Yep. No, and going to the so-called green initiative, you know, these to make these cars is very destructive.
Yeah.
You know, the elements needed with the lithium and all that, it's a very destructive process, and that's tearing up the earth, man. Where do you think these lithium batteries go, man? You know, it's very toxic for the environment. You know, and even going to the grid, if everybody had electric cars, the grid couldn't suffice that, man. It's too much energy.
Yeah.
You know, even with these big old work trucks, imagine them having big old lithium batteries. It wouldn't work. The grid is not set up for that, man.
No.
You know, it's a scam to have your life over in more control. You know, it's a tactic to control, man. They can't, because again, these things, everything is all robotics and electronics. It's recorded, you know, so that they can control you, man. You do something bad, they can program the Tesla, drive your ass to the jailhouse, lock you in. You know,
Yeah.
so it's not far fetched, bro.
The land back all you brothers. That's another reason why they was fighting, you know, with that passing the whole law of the time changing, because that had to do with saving electricity. You know, they're saying, you know, if keeping daylight savings, well, not daylight savings, you know, it was lighter, out more for longer, you know, the less people will be using their energy at home. You know.
Yep, and then people don't even know what the grid is powered by. You think electricity just comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, you just cut the light on. It's a whole process, man. You know, and again, it uses fuel to run those grids, man. A lot of it's coal, you know. And again, that's all destructive stuff. So it's a scam, man. The people are just giving up their freedom to drive a car that can drive itself. It's stupid.
That's what the whole thing with like Nikola Tesla was about. When he was on the scene, he was trying to look for a way. To have self-sustaining energy, just ongoing energy. But what they had to nip that shit in the bud. That's not profitable, right? That don't make no margins for these devils, right? If these electrical companies, right? What do they want? They want you to keep on. But anyway. On and on.
This goddamn devil set up a system for everybody to fail.
Exactly.
So
was there any more Malachi?
no, that was it.
I was gonna go back to this.
Yeah.
Did you have another one you want to bring up? You have another one, bring it down.
Because we're going to read down. What's the second Ezra, right?
Yeah.
We're going to read all pretty much down.
Habakkuk 3 and 2. I forgot why I brought this out, but you got it. It says, O Lord, I've heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy works in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known, and wrath remember mercy.
Right. And that's what happened to. I forgot which brother was going into it, but what being activated, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, once we can all speak for ourselves that once we heard this word, that's that fear. We hear that word, and that's how all of our nation is supposed to be, right? When they hear the words of Yahweh Shem Shai and all the things that come, that fear is supposed to fall upon them. To start what? Putting their best foot forward and serving the Lord, doing what they had to do. That's the question you should be asking. But what do I need to do to escape this judgment that's about to come, right? And like it was read, was speaking, like in our time of wrath, remember mercy, man, right? Because what the Lord is about to bring, right? If you were seeing these visions like those old prophets seeing the visions, why do you think Ezra was like, woe is me, woe is me? There's another scripture that was going into what did the water do? What did the trees? Like, the Lord is just going to be going ham, man, right? If it wasn't for the fact that the Lord actually said it in His Word that the elect shall be saved, you'd be like, damn, am I gonna make it? You know what I'm saying? But we know that Lord will be upon that number. That there's gonna be a remnant that's gonna be saved. So we just pray to the Lord that He remembers mercy, man. Right? That He keep the Spirit on us to make our calling and election sure, man. That we continue to endure.
Yeah, this is a second Ezra 16 and 17. It says, I'm doomed. Who will rescue me in those days? Trouble will come, and many people will groan. Famine will come, and many people will die. Wars will come, and the world powers will tremble. Disaster will come, and everyone will be terrified. What will people do when these disasters come?
Right. It's going to be all lawlessness and chaos and destruction, especially here in America, man. Right? In various parts of the earth, but whatever's going on in the earth right now that we see, we bring out these articles, we say these things about the Sudan, Haiti, Bangladesh, Venezuela, all these things that's going on, it's going to be 100 times worse here in America, man. Right? And what the prophet Ezra is seeing is a vision of that destruction that's gonna be happening, man. Right? And the powers, right? These higher ups, they gonna be trembling, they gonna be afraid. They already got a funny feeling in their stomach just from seeing the prophets out here, right? But just imagine because the Lord has their hearts hardened, their minds hardened, so they think they're actually making moves in the earth that's outside of the will of the Most High, right? That what they're prolonging. Oh, we can still get this done. We can still get that done. No, all this is of the will of Yahweh Shem Shai. The Lord has this place go on for another 3, 4, 5 years, right? Or if the Lord set it off tomorrow, it ain't because of nothing that these devils have done. And they're going to soon realize that the things that's going on in the earth are totally out of their hands, right? And it says, and what shall they do to be saved? We're telling you what you should do to be saved. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, along with the Israelite foreigners, repent, turn back, get right? Serve the Lord, right? In truth and sincerity, and Lord willing, you'll be saved and delivered out of it, man.
This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 49. I will send disasters upon you. I will make you a widow and send poverty, famine, war, and epidemics to destroy your homes.
You women are going to be passed out in that day, right? Because all the men are going to be either overseas in these wars, right? This Third World War, the proxy wars that's going to be going on before it actually gets to the big war, right? Then you're going to have the men that's perishing over here with all the losses and chaos that's happening, the civil wars, right? Think back to these movies, Bushwick, The Road, right? It's going to be, the scripture said that perilous time shall come, right? Perilous meaning full of risk, full of danger. It's going to be a risk, right? When you women are at home with the kids and thinking about what's our next meal, the man going to have to make a decision on whether or not he wants to step outside and even risk not even coming back for food. That's the type of decisions that are going to be made in these days, right?
That's a great point because a lot of these so-called men that these women are raising, they're raising their men to fold in these times, man. They're raising these so-called men to fold in these days, man. They took the father out the home, you know. These they're not gonna know how to react in situations like this, man. They're gonna fold worse than the woman.
Yeah, I mean, people, they literally have a new thing called esports, where people literally get paid to play video games.
Yeah.
People are you have these Kais and Kai Sense. I don't know if he, I don't know. I don't want to know the name, to be honest. They get all the disrespect. You know, to be honest. You know, we got coons like Speed. You know, all these coons of our nation, and they're young, getting money, getting paid, and they're promoting that to the generation, their generation, that this is how you get wealth. This is how you make it in the world. You know, Ready Player One. If you brothers have seen the movie, that's literally the life that people are living. People are so socially, and when you see these people that go to these esports events, they're socially awkward. They're weird. They're over here just like, yeah, you know, just they can't. You know, they speak okay, but like just their mannerisms, how they carry themselves, all out of shape. You know.
Pale as hell.
Still got the 2007 haircut.
Got the dent on the top of their head from the headset. Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah, just like you got people hold their phone, they got the dent in their finger.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. But a little bit more. I'm ready for Bible time. I will send, 2nd Ezra 15 and 49. I will send disasters upon you. I will make you a widow and send poverty, famine, war, and epidemics to destroy your homes, and will bring ruin and death.
Right. Everybody say we're going into that poverty. Right. There ain't gonna be no money to be made out here, man. Right. I'm trying to chase the bag. Ain't gonna be no bag. Right. There's gonna be poverty. Ain't gonna be no handouts. Ain't gonna be no food stamps, no WIC. Right. Child support gonna stop coming. Right. You bees. Yeah, what's the word? You bees, man. You taking everything that these men got. Right. $1,200, $1,500 a month. Right. You done quit a week. You done quit. That's what. That's crazy. And you done quit your job. You living off of this man. He barely can make it. He got 3 or 4 jobs, and he's still taking care of the kids, buying them clothes, taking them back and forth to school, doing this. Right. That's gonna fall on y'all, man. Right. That ain't gonna be able to sustain y'all. Right. In these times right here, man. Right. That's right. Look at what happened in Venezuela. A lot of you women gonna resort to selling it. Right.
They
already said.
But it's gonna be for the principal things of life.
Yeah, exactly.
Protection, water, food, covering.
Resources.
Yeah, it's not gonna be for monetary. It's gonna be for survival.
You know it's bad when 3 in the 4. Well, you have this thing called 304. But you know it's bad when a chubby girl can go get picked up at the club.
Right.
You know. You know it's bad when she getting picked up, because everyone's morals are just low. And everybody just burning. Everything is you got these toys that niggas play with. Niggas play with toys just like women.
And to your point, the threes and back in the day, man, if you was going out and you had 3 of your guys, and there was 3 of them, and one of them was best and ugly. Right, they was shutting the fuck up, man. They weren't saying nothing. They was just happy to be around. And what? One of the boys is gonna take one for the team. That was just it. But now the fridge is fucking guarding the snacks. You know what I'm saying? They trying to stop the whole operation, right? But that's that problem, because women like that have been lifted up as a prize in this society, right?
You got somebody called Lizzo. What are you, a lizard? Like, is that her real name?
I have no idea.
Lizzo, I'm a something different.
And she losing weight. It's so good to be overweight. It's so good to be obese. But the one that y'all put her up on this pedestal, she done got her money on being fat, right? Her whole personality, her whole brand was about being fat. But the first chance she got, what she do? She cut that fucking weight off. Got a personal trainer, got a nutritionist. You know what I'm saying?
She been wanting to lose that weight, but her handlers told her, "Nah, you gotta keep it."
Right.
And now that this whole I forgot the name of it that they're on that new advert Ozempic.
Yeah.
Ozempic was like, "Hey, we'll pay you to advertise this." Ozempic said, "Well, just like Weight Watchers, that was big.
Yeah.
You know that was huge. There was actually a Weight Watchers gym.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn, they got a gym. They have an Ozempic gym up in this thing.
Slim fats.
I got another pretty sub.
I got a pretty sub too.
Yeah, that family gonna make people slim
Right.
fast.
Real fast.
Yeah, you got, bro.
Man, what's that scripture? She that liveth for pleasure, then why she liveth. Then why she liveth.
It's a proverb. What do you think it was?
No, this is Jeremiah 28:8. It's the prophets that have been before me, before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And look, that's what we're
Oh,
prophesying.
Timothy.
Timothy, yeah, I was saying
like,
Timothy.
There's another one in Proverbs that talks about it.
Yeah. But that's what we're prophesying to our people. War, evil, and a lot is going to befall the women of our nation.
Right.
Because men have real men, right, has been accustomed to dealing without all right, having to struggle, dealing with the mentals that come with the stress of this world. See, these women, they deal with it, but they have a comfort behind it, right?
There's this meme. The guy was they switched shoes. Right, him and his girl. It was symbolic. He took his shoes off, she put them on, and what she wasn't supposed to do, but he put on her shoes, with some girly shoes, and they basically was living in each other's shoes, right? And when the woman put his shoes on, immediately she started hearing things in her head. You're not good enough. You ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna do this. You ain't gonna do. Yeah, that's the constant pressures of a man that he got to go through. Damn, I gotta get the fuck up. I can't sit in bed all day. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Right? And then when he put on her shoes, it was just like a calmness. It was like damn. He was just chilling. His only problem was when he went out to go outside at night, he felt bad. He was like, damn. She was like, yeah, that's being a woman scared to walk alone at night. But her list of problems was like the whole video, and his little problem was the stupid, meaningless shit that girls got to worry about in this society, right? These women just spent a day in just the average man's shoes. They would fucking break down, man. They be in the corner somewhere crying.
Yep, this is the 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that live in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Right. It's all about pleasure. It's all about comfort. And not to go too far off, there was another one, a workout thing, where the guy was working out and everything that was in his ear was like degrading things, but that kept pushing him. He was like, you gotta take over the world. You gotta do this. If you don't do this, you ain't gonna make it. And then the girl was just all lolly-lolly-da music.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm good.
I'm doing this for no one but myself.
Exactly. You can make it. But that's the thing. These women just live in comforts and pleasures, and everything was just to pamper them, right, and cater to them, right? So when the floor falls from beneath them, right, it's going to be a long and hard fall, man.
Yeah, just like America. You know? America has lived in pleasure, man. Since its start. You may have some hiccups here, like the Great Depression.
Right.
All right, but for the most part, this place has lived in great pleasure. And she's a whore. Just like majority of the women we dealt with were whores, man. You know? Yeah, pretty much. You know, there's levels to it, though.
Yeah. You're right.
This is Jeremiah 15:2 in the GNT. It says, when they ask you where they should go, you know, because we're doing that now, but it's gonna come a time where Niggas like, yeah, they still gonna be looking for answers. Niggas ain't even asking us what we supposed to do. But it's gonna come a time when niggas gonna want answers. You know?
Hey, that lady back here some years ago, she had a vision that pretty much the sea hip and the dude was running with it in his hand, and he was trying to get it out. And she was running, saying, "I gotta go see the prophets. I gotta go see the prophets." You know?
Not the pastors.
Right.
Not the preachers.
Right.
The prophets.
And that goes to show you too that they were hearing and they were listening. I mean, well, they might not have been listening, but they were hearing, right? Because for you to actually go in the direction that you knew you were supposed to go in the first place, then that goes to show that what you turn your ears off when you heard it or you came across it. Right? And the Lord's gonna bring those memories up very vividly when you walk past the man of the Lord and you heard him say that one thing, right? Or when you was on YouTube, right, and you heard them say you was on the video watching YouTube to be funny, to mock and to scoff. But everything that brother was saying in that video is gonna come right back to your mind when you start starving to death, right?
It's Jeremiah 15:2. When they ask you where they should go, tell them that I have said some are doomed to die by disease. That's where they will go. Others are doomed.
It said dis-ease, right? Your body is not at ease. But can you imagine? Because people deal with it every day. Brothers deal with it. All right, but can you imagine having no ointment or any type of healing? All right, the Lord's gonna really make our people suffer in these latter days, man.
Yeah, because everyone has these underlying ailments, and
Yeah.
2 days of bad, a bad situation. You have people that are on the dialysis. You have people that really depend on this man's system to stay alive.
Yeah.
You might as well just picture these niggas like they hooked up to a damn they got an outlet plugged into the wall, and that's the only reason why they alive.
Yeah.
As soon as you unplug that outlet, that disconnect and break down in society, they're gonna be through.
Yeah, there was some of that what happened in Western North Carolina. When the flood stuff came in, lost power.
Oh yeah.
They were the first ones to be out of here, back in the spirit world.
Yeah. Oh, what about people who are hooked on the Medicare? I was gonna say the Medicare nation, right? Try to say it differently, right? That they're on the withdrawals. Oh, what about the withdrawals from the food that you eat?
Yeah.
That chemicals. There's a reason why you pass by a goddamn Buffalo Wild Wing. You like, man, wings sound good right now. There's chemicals in the air that you're breathing in, that you're smelling.
But how about the people that want to your point?
That actually go there and eat.
They go there and actually are deleting, workers for not, giving me ketchup or not giving me my extra fries.
Oh, yeah.
Popeye sandwiches. People,
You gotta end up jumping out of McDonald's, shaking her ass when she get out, when you walking out. No ass, by the way. She might not have been Jewish. But no, and then she'll hear, what's going on? They didn't want to give me my extra ketchup. Like, what? Ketchup, girl? You did that for ketchup?
Yeah.
You didn't have ketchup at the house?
Just imagine what they're gonna do for it in that day.
Oh, they gonna show you what that mouth do. They gonna get man. It's gonna really a lot of these guys. They're gonna have faithful women.
Oh yeah.
Man.
You seen in Book of Eli?
Right.
You seen that she was trying to get their attention, and she like put her shirt. She's like, "Please help me." She was, like, girl, you know how dirty you are.
Right.
When's the last time you showered?
They gonna battle to the demons though.
Yeah.
They gonna,
Yeah. To them who are just as dirty.
Yeah.
But to somebody like one of the men of the Lord, wouldn't we be a part of that number? There's gonna be a lot of rejection going on in that time, man.
A lot of rejection going on there.
Yeah, it is.
I'm good. I'm good, girl. It says others are doomed to die in war. That's where they will go. You hear Jake talking about they getting ready to go to the military. You go like, you're signing up for the military?
Now?
Now?
Hey, look, a coworker told me that. He was like, yeah, my boyfriend's going in. I said, how old is he again? He's 36.
What the hell?
This is his like his fourth tour.
He wanted to try something new.
Oh.
I said, yo,
He needs some discipline, huh?
I was like, in my head, like, you better say your final five.
I was down here at the work, and I was actually on the phone with Brother Quan, and these little ass, y'all seen them, same ones fighting in the middle of the terminal. And so I got right on there, got right on the bus. My bus pulled. As soon as they said fight, my bus pulled right on there. I got right on the bus. But as I was getting on the bus, one of the moms down there was like, "I'm so glad my son going to the army. He ain't gonna be a part of no shit like this." And at first here, I was like, "Well, shit, yeah, at least he's doing something." But then second thought, I was like, "Shit, he probably worse. He probably worse off."
Right. That's why the woman shouldn't be making decisions. The
Right.
woman influenced that.
Right. Just to pawn them off.
Yeah. That's big among Latin tribes, man.
Mm-hmm.
Sending their children off to the army, to the navy, to make themselves proud. You know? The man be like, hell no. You got it.
Yep, it reads, it says, some are doomed to die of starvation. That's where they will go.
There's a path, there's a section, right? However the Lord wants you to go out. Right? You got the disease, you got the pestilence, which the Lord prophesied about, Jeremiah 28, right? Then the sword, right? Wars and any sword symbolic for destruction, right? The wars, right?
Yeah, like pretty much if you can rest your arms on your stomach, you're gonna die of starvation. You know?
Yep.
Look at this guy. You know? Get me through out here.
And another thing too,
Yeah, like
the
this.
posture of these people too.
You know?
Like their posture, it's like they've never stood up straight a day in their life.
I know, right?
They hunched over. This is how they walking, right?
That goes to the bones, too, though.
Right?
Oh, and driving your
Bones,
car.
games, yeah.
You reach in to drive your car like this. You know? Yeah. And brother talking about they hunched over eating all day.
Yeah, a double whammy. This getting bigger and this getting crunched. Like this. That's why in Japan, not to go too far off. In Japan, they bring the food up. Yeah, y'all see. I mean, y'all. Okay, like Dragon Ball Z, like Goku, whenever even though he grubbing like hell, but it's all the way up here and he eating it like this. Ain't nobody.
Yeah, you're supposed to eat upright.
Yeah, you bring the food to you.
Yeah. You're supposed to sit like in a squat. You can sit in the squat or you can sit like in a kneeling position.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to be sitting down, eating, like sit down in a chair.
My 600-pound life, they'd be in bed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, laying down eating.
Laying out fried chicken.
Yeah.
Frying the chicken in the bed.
Yeah, a meal is like a ritual.
It is.
Eating, you're consuming flesh. You're consuming DNA, whether it be vegetables or whatever. You're becoming one. It's a ritual. That's why you set up your prayers. You know.
That's something you said that I ain't never forget ever since you said it. Like we don't just mindlessly eat. You don't just mindlessly put something in your body. Like you just you ain't even thinking. Everything, like, even when you eat, everything it needs to be a thought behind everything that you eat and put in your body.
Yeah, when you chew, you're supposed to be thinking while you chew, like making sure, okay, I can't swallow yet. I gotta really make sure I chew this food enough. It's not supposed to just be eating and you fucking watching TV and 20 minutes later, shit, I'm out of food.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I need to, I'm hungry still.
I can make it like that. Like, come out hot. Like, well, bro, let it cool down first.
I was like that in the world too.
I'm like that now. I be hungry as hell. I eat all goddamn day. Yeah. This shit gonna have to burn. Like I waited patiently for this shit. This shit came out room temperature.
Hash browns came out, cheese on you, cheese burning inside of your mouth. Like, bro, calm down.
Let's go.
Yeah. You want to burn your stuff?
This is Isaiah 65 and strictly point verse 12. It says, therefore I will number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter, because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear, but the evil before my eyes, and they choose that wherein I delighted not.
That number to the sword, that number to the slaughter, that number is already set, right? Just like the elect is gonna make it, it's gonna be delivered, There's none that can deliver. Just like there's none that can deliver out of the Lord's hand when it comes to death and destruction. It's the same way both sides. So what? That number two is slaughter. It's already a foregone conclusion. That's what we say. We don't lose no sleep when nobody don't listen. When we come out here, right? And then you can't get it, we moving on, right? Because what? All because they wanted to continue in their ways and do wickedness in the sight of the heavenly Father, right? Before the angels go and report everything that's going on, right? So what? There's going to be no remedy, no cure for these jakes in that day.
I'm not going to read through it.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. It says, Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
Basically, in that day, those of the elect, Lord, when we be a part of that number, are going to have everything to sustain themselves, right? Versus those who didn't take this time to actually repent and get right, they're going to be the ones hungry. They're going to be the ones starving. They're going to be the ones that are going to be thirsty and not having, right? Not having the resources that they need. They're the ones who are going to be feeling the full effects of famine. Because what? A famine is a lack of something, a lack of food, water, and resources, right? And the brother was going into it's more than just food and water. But about alcohol going to be like gold when all hell breaks loose, right? It's going to be like gold. Liquid gold, that's what it's going to be like. Because what? Or alcohol or certain things that can be used to help disinfect or something like that, right? Those are the things that are going to start going up in value, right? Especially once paper money is done away with, once this dollar crash, right? People going to be going back to the barter system. What I got that you need and what you need that I got and what type of exchange can we make for it? And if it can't be no exchange, how you think people going to get what they need?
There really no dialogue like that, for real. I mean, it might be. I mean, who do you really know?
Exactly.
Who do you really know?
Exactly.
That nigga you go to work with, that's who you know? What's his favorite color?
What's his real name?
It's just like, who do you really know in this society? You really don't know. There is no real connection. You might, be real. That woman, you don't know that, bro. Brothers might know their wives, things like that. But I'm talking about the world in their situation. Right. Who the hell do you really know?
Right. You hunching on somebody's baby mama when he's not around. That's the chick you trust.
That's the nigga you trust. Niggas got 4 best friends, and co-workers in a dysfunctional family. Where they gonna go? Ain't even no argument. 2 niggas might. I got baby powder. You got diapers? And then that's as far as the conversation gonna go.
Right. Because ain't nobody gonna have nothing. I might have something. Hey man, I got this. You got this. What happens when that nigga say no? He still need that. He still need what he's looking for. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be.
I got something.
Going back and forth.
It's Second Ezra. I'm gonna go back to the Second Ezra chapter 2, verse 26. It says, as for the servants who I've given thee, there shall none of them perish, for I will require them from among thy number.
The Lord requiring His chosen, and that's why you see them rising up. The Lord said to the east, hold not back, and to the north, give up. To the south, let my people go, that they may serve me.
Yeah.
The Lord requiring that number. He calling forth those who truly believe, from the foundation of the world, those that help build the earth, the 144,000 and their descendants coming back into their order.
And this should be uplifting. When you really listen to it, these precepts, it should be uplifting to you. 2 Ezra 2 and 27 says, be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have an abundance.
I the scriptures, man. Thou shalt be merry and have abundance. But everybody is crying and trying to figure it out, looking for answers, right? What should we say? Going to and fro, right? Seeking the words of the Lord, but shall not find it, right? They're gonna be looking for all types of answers and trying to figure this out and living in straight disarray, right? But what the elect, are going to have exactly what they need. They're going to be sustained, right? Going into that abundance, right? Just eating once every day is going to be a luxury in that time, right? It's in comparison to everybody else. People are going to be going weeks. People are going to be going months without things that they need, man. Right? Ultimately perishing because of those things.
I mean, I was talking to the brother. I was like, situations come up. The spirit is here. Great Millstone provisions are being made. And the brother was like, yeah, you look at these people, they through. Like our brother said, people aren't really making it. People are living. I keep saying this. People are living off of credit card debt. People are in hundreds of thousands of dollars in credit card debt here in America. Still going out to eat.
Yeah. Because after they pay everything, because people live beyond their means. People are still trying to live up to a standard that they're never going to reach. After all their bills and their luxury, I know somebody who's paying. They got a car note. It's $1,800. $1,800, yo.
A nigga do that.
And you bringing in 40 grand at best a year?
Hey, bro, niggas would do that, and then
Get the WASIC, man.
I kept the car for 6 months. I had the experience. It's okay.
Yeah.
Credit ruined.
Yeah.
Never get that opportunity again.
Yeah.
But they lived that dream for that time.
And look, they're living off credit cards, man. That's what the average American is doing, living off credit cards. Like you were saying.
They use and now they got credit cards you can use to pay the rent.
Yeah.
Wells Fargo just came out with a new card. You get 1.1% cash back. That's what all it's about. And you can use that credit card to pay your rent now. So imagine if you get approved for $50,000 credit card limit. For a whole year you can live rent free. And cut the thing up. Cut the card up. That was never heard of, being able to pay rent with your credit card. And that's you could do it, but there's always fees and stipulations. But now this is one without fees.
Yep.
Yeah, brother.
Yep. So reading on, I'm only 27 again.
I say all that because the Lord is taking care of us.
Right.
The Lord is making sure brothers are able to pay their bills.
Yeah.
Brothers ain't homeless. Brothers got a roof over their heads.
Nice place too.
Fucking house full of groceries. Groceries in the fridge. If you choose to buy groceries at that point.
I didn't get to this lettuce this week. I got to throw it out.
I know, right? Yeah.
Damn.
You're like, I didn't know. Like, shit. Bought too much groceries this week.
Back in 2nd Ezra 2:27, it says, "Be not weary, for when the day of troubles of heaven is coming, let you know these things are coming." Right? When that Benjamin said tonight, it says a time of Jacob's trouble. Reading on, it says, "Others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have an abundance. The heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, saith the Lord."
They're going to be jealous. The heathen are going to be jealous. Plotting, brothers. Actually, I think it was those bug outs in Boston. They had a dream about the Jacob's trouble. They were giving their testimony how there was wanted posters for the men of the Lord, for certain men of the Lord.
I believe that.
And you had hitmen of this world chasing brothers. These militias, and all for the reward. You had people, well-to-do people in that time looking for some type of answers. Trying to bribe brothers. You had women with their goodly looks trying to set men up, hiding in corners. Watch a movie. Don't just watch the goddamn movie. Watch a movie and see this is what's coming. That was a good movie. Now that's literally what's coming.
That's why we walk circumspectly, not as fools but wise, redeeming the time because the days we live in are evil. Ephesians the 5th chapter.
Yep, that's right, bro.
Last verse. Yeah.
That's in 2nd Ezra 16 too. That great insurrection shall come against those that fear the Lord. right? That's an uprising. That's a revolt. They're gonna be coming against those that fear the Lord, coinciding with obedience. Those who are what doing what they can to serve the Lord, right? And what we get, our faces are out on Front Street, right? Brother, and plus with Esau and his tactics, he already know everything about it.
Yeah, the women you deal with, your children, you know. That's why for you women that got men in the Lord, hey, you better you done. You better stick with that man, yo, cause they know all about you too.
Yeah.
Oh well, you know, you turn your man. And look, that's double whammy for your ass, man.
Yeah.
So either way, you better stick it out. You want to say something, bro?
Oh, no.
Let me finish this real quick, and then you bring it out. 2 Ezra 2:29. My head shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell.
Yeah, our children, aren't going to see destruction.
Right.
Really, I mean, think about it. Children are literally, and you think it's bad. Yo, wait till you see young children, wandering the streets with no help.
Yep.
Edomite babies, nigga babies, Mexican babies. Literally out here, bro, wanting food. And they're going to be getting snatched up and taken advantage of. They're gonna be snatched up and taken advantage of because you got this the alphabet community and you got a P in there.
Yeah.
There's a show. Damn it. There's a show. Oh, Fear the Walking Dead. This is just a prequel to The Walking Dead. There was a little kid that suckered in the main group that the story follows around, suckered them in and got them set up. Right, and there was a little kid, and she was like, "Is that your mom? Is that your daddy? Is that why you're doing this for? Is that your brother?" No, there was no relation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying, no, that's not my daddy. That's not my brother. I don't, you know what I'm saying? They did the backstory, but what they are using this child to set up people, and they didn't know from a can of paint. Who knows how they could have?
They probably could murder his parents.
Exactly,
The kid.
exactly, and then use them for their game. And that's what's going. Brother saying that's what's going to be happening to these Jakes and all these other nations.
You got some eyes on?
Yeah. You're going to the easy one here. Yeah. Pay my rent this month.
Go ahead, he probably got it too. How much your rent? About 2,000. That's it. You living in squalor.
You live in the shack. You should come to my house, man. we got a spare house.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we got a guest house.
Yes,
You can stay in the guest house, and I won't even see you.
we got 2,000 square foot guest house.
I know.
You can sleep in. The maid sleeps there. Yeah, bro. It's not good.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 17. And it reads, "And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High, and have the testimony of Yahushua and Mashiach."
Going back to what we was going into, that insurrection. Talking about second Ezra 16. Yeah, they're gonna come for the elect, man. You gotta remember, Satan already got 2/3.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's already making war, in a sense. But he's really going to come down, having great wrath, because he knows that he has a short time. Because really, I mean, you watch that movie Blink Twice, these niggas acting like they got all the time in the world. You got the money to get the women, but you don't want to just get them. You want to freak off on them.
Right.
It's just like, women are just like, no, it's just like, I actually have a purpose here. It ain't just to be freaked off on. I saw this meme. I saw a video like they have female robots that they're promoting. And then it had cut the scene, and you had a scientist showing how they made the robot, and everybody in the audience, can we F it? That's all people care about.
Everything is looting in society.
I mean, you brothers know. Y'all talk to Jake at the job. I wouldn't mind giving a robot. I was like, what? What did you just say? Like, this is why people don't need a voice. This is why democracy is bad. If this nigga who would get in with a robot, he don't need an opinion. You know? And this is it.
There's another thing on the podcast. They actually,
Look at that shit.
yeah, what I'm saying.
That ain't gonna fight you though.
Heavy.
I thought you was a woman. I can't hit a woman, my man. My man, I can't hit a woman.
My man. There was this thing, like I said, there was this thing on this podcast, and he asked the dude if you could have any lifelike clone of somebody, and they were under your complete control, right? But they were like kind of lifeless, like you could just mold them and have them do whatever you wanted to do. Who would it be? Now you got all these choices. You can have some very influential people, get you some money, or get you this, or get you that. This nigga talking about some one of these rappers' baby mamas. I forgot her name. But and then the nigga was like, and the other co-host was like, why would you clone her? And the other dude on the podcast was like, we don't even want to know. It's the call. Because that's all Jake think about. That's all
Yeah,
Jake,
just freaking off.
off.
That's how Esau is calling them to be, bro.
Yeah, because Esau is the project of that.
Because I've started watching TV in black and white again, and when I turn on the color, it's just overly, it's the sensation is crazy. I was like, damn, it's late at night. I want to watch this fight in color. Watch a little anime, right? I want to watch this fight scene in color.
Yeah.
When I turned the TV on, my mind literally told me I could stay up and watch TV all night. And if it's going to be this good, like, sometimes you got to turn on the black and white. I got black and white on the screen right now. You gotta like really, cause the sugar is basically all this is what we call fake dopamine hit. Because life itself is supposed to be a dopamine hit. Walking outside is supposed to give you a high. Biting into fruit, which is nature's dessert, is supposed to give you a high. So all this fake dopamine that has overstimulated you has you coming back like a drug addict wanting more. We can get all day into addiction, but I got a little bit. What you have some more about?
Yeah, let's hear about Isaiah 65.
Yeah, let's get that.
So going back to Isaiah 65 and 13 says, 14 says, therefore it says, behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart.
So we already really like if a brother coming bro, it's like you really supposed to be in a good spirit. Whatever come upon thee, take cheerfully. I really don't want to talk problems to you. I want to talk solutions. I'm over talking problems with brothers. We gotta talk solutions. What's the problem? All right, and don't repeat what the problem is. We already heard it once. I don't need to hear it 2 more times. What's the solution? How are we gonna solve this problem? And that's where Jake needs to be. And really, with us being in that spirit. And understanding that Yahweh Shema Shai is with us, that's going to cause us to rejoice now in those times. Because what are you going to do when there's no food in the grocery and in your house? Are you going to say, are you just going to continue to talk about the problem? Or are you going to start talking solutions and be in the spirit of rejoicing, knowing that Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be with you? Any more on that? That was it.
That was it.
Hey, well, look, man, it was another beautiful weekend prophesying of downfall of this wicked, sinful kingdom, which is America. But before we do close it out, we're going to give our honor, glory, and praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Karkadash.
Next up, double honors to our apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who taught us 100% truth of the Bible and who rule well, and peace, love, salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
This thing spins so hard.